repurposed freighter drifts through space. As you stare out at the star-flecked void, another ship comes in. Wait, is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh. Did we?
Hello.
That's cool. I can pivot.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Smoke curdles
Surviving.
in your
How's that
nostrils.
sound?
Hold up. I thought we were
good.
prepping for a zombie apocalypse
At
campaign.
least you covered the basics. Yep.
All right, here's what we're doing. It's the year
behind today, but
3700.
we're good.
Humanity's elite fled to other
Okay,
planets
good.
long
Yep.
ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with
cool.
historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, 3 strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters.
Everyone's doing
How
well.
did you do
What's up,
that?
Dale?
I have the right tools for the
Should be
job.
happy, Dale. We're going to talk about stuff on the other side of the map.
Yeah, we'll be
Tonight.
both sides of the
We'll,
map
do
tonight.
both
Yeah.
sides tonight. Getting everything all caught up, everyone. Sorry, just there's times slightly dragging here behind, but I'm good.
A story once spoken is ageless. The dungeon imagined without end. The curious are the ones most courageous. The tree that
Locked in yet,
endures
so we're good.
has to bend. From stillness the mad mage is stirring.
Okay.
From countless voices
Hey,
the
Touch, how
castle
are you?
takes shape. Zagig will test
What's up, Patrick?
the
Patrick, I got
enduring.
the books, thanks.
Those unlucky
Thank you very much.
will never escape. Your
Wrong,
repurposed
hit the same button. Ha ha! Everything all good visually on the on your end everywhere?
It looks good here,
Alright,
but
it looks good.
that's soon.
good.
So yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I was messing around with a couple things in settings. I'm always worried that. Good. I'm always worried that me messing around in settings because I'm trying to figure out some sound issues down in the basement, and I just don't want to screw this one up, but that can happen.
POV, I had 30 minutes before my campaign group showed up, and I was totally
We are
unprepared.
good.
I grabbed my ready set encounter box and boom, everything I needed for an epic session. Adventure hooks, map
Starting of a new
tiles,
month.
loot tables, stat blocks, and
Lot going on in
miniatures,
July.
all ready to go. My players
Yep.
still think I spent hours planning our Great Dragon encounter. If you're a busy dungeon master, get Ready Set Encounter live now on Kickstarter.
Dun-dun-dun. Wow, they came all the way back Belgium. That was crazy. Hey, Tiffany. How are you? Let's see what we got here. Some shout out stuff here. Oh, gotta update that. So I gotta update that for Korg. Yeah, I know. I just said I didn't update it. I only have. I'm sorry. I only have 78 shout outs on my stream deck. Ah! But look, I'm gonna be a nice guy right here. I'll let that. ID. See, there we go. Tomorrow is it's the 3rd. I almost put the 2nd. I'm multitasking too much today. That's it. Forgot the giveaway. What's up, Mike?
Hello.
That's the difference.
Thank you for asking
No,
so many
it's not.
awesome questions on last Friday. That was
Not
perfect.
fine. It's not fine.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
not
that was an
fine.
experiment.
Yeah, that was great.
I was
There you go.
experimenting with a possible stream topic of me asking you the most ridiculous Greyhawk map questions possible.
Oh, that's
Okay,
awesome.
good,
That'd be
good one.
fun.
Yeah, we had so many sidetrack. Mike sidetracked me, and it was so much fun. Yep.
So we're supposed to have a very special guest on tonight. We'll see when
Oh.
that person comes on.
Okay.
Yep. So tonight, hey Savage, we are going to do some fun discussions on the Metropolis in Greyhawk.
Mhm. I have a quiz. The first. Which country has the most of them?
Which
But
country,
we can define what we mean when we talk about metropolises first before we
which country has
dive
the
into that.
most?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I am going to go off the board
Uh-huh.
with Keoland.
Good guess, but no.
Thank you, Amanda.
I think it's on 3rd or 4th place.
All right, so
It has 2.
Almore.
Oh.
Well, back in the day, it had 1.
What year are you talking in?
I'm talking, I
me
think
girl
from
guess
both
it's here.
576 to 576, we still had the Great Kingdom, so that would have gotten most of them. So
Right.
after the Great Kingdom fell apart, so
After it fell apart.
yeah,
Oh,
before
Gary
then
says,
it's
"Give me
kind
a
of
minute." All
obvious,
right.
yeah,
Buffett
because
Spencer,
that
give
Great
me a minute.
Kingdom, of course, would be the
I'll
at 576. Yeah. Mhm.
I'll say the North Kingdom.
No.
Nope.
I think actually United Kingdom of Alyssa has more than the North Kingdom. North Kingdom has 3 of, I think.
I mean, I have the notes right here. I could.
Yeah.
It's not the North
I could have
Kingdom
counted.
anymore. What's it called now?
It's only actually had 2,
What the
depending
hell's
on
the North Province called now?
depends. I
On the
forgot
new
what
map.
it was called.
And
Yeah,
the new fly map.
I don't know. Yeah.
Erdiak.
Oh, that's right.
Erdiak,
Erdiak,
which
yes.
is not terrible, but yeah, at least they were
it
into it.
is.
No, it's actually Nyrond. Nyrond has 5.
Wow.
Yep. And
Poor
it's
Nyrond.
yep. Mm-hmm. So Nyrond has 5. Relmord, Methat, Old Red, Woodwidge, and Womtham are all 25,000 plus.
In
I saw-
honor of Erdiak, I am going to suggest that we call Keoland Suldiak.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay,
that's a
good one.
stretch.
Yeah.
Suldiak.
No, we're not. We're going to call it Fred's Country.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea what I'm saying. Nyrond, well, that's what happens when you got Valmoka and Rob Phantom NJ playing there. So
They might be. They're
their
dragging so
fault.
many inhabitants.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they're
mhm.
dragging the no one dies in there like the rest
Yep.
of the world, the campaign setting. All
Yeah,
right.
it's a big one of the biggest countries by area, but it's also one of the biggest by population, and it also has most numerous big city centers, so to speak, in
Now we need to
of
go.
all countries. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So I need to go here because we're gonna. What's up with cannon fire?
Uh-oh.
I can't. Am I not be able to get on it?
I think the oddest one in the league of metropolises is Broughton
There we
in the county of Ernst. It's out there in the boondocks, and it's a big place
There we go.
out there. So yeah.
Ta-da! You refresh about 12 times. There we go.
Yeah,
There you go,
do have to
Mike. Yep.
try
Mhm.
multiple times.
Okay. So we got cities. This is a city. This is awesome map. So, like for example, we can go anywhere we want on this map, and then we can highlight. Here comes Gary Holian. There we. Oh, look at that background.
Awesome.
He's a cultist today. I love it. Awesome. Classic D&D reprints today. Let me see what I got down here.
Touche. He's even got the little wound in the shoulder. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, he does. He does. So let's if you don't have it, let's shoot for this, the City of Greyhawk box set in reprint form. And if you do have that, we got a bunch of other stuff for you. I'm prepping my ass away on for the 11th. I got some you've probably seen it on post. I got some unbelievable terrain for the next 2 weeks. And we got no game this Saturday because of 4th of July.
Yep.
So, all right. Hey, Gary, what's up? Oh, he's still muted, so there we go.
Hey guys, how's
Hello.
this sound?
Oh, good.
Sounds great, man. And
Yep.
once again, Gary Holian, if you do not know, the level of grandeur with you. So you go to this book right
Oh,
here, and
please.
you look at what's the first name on there, Gary? It's yours. Yours is even ahead of Eric Monis.
Yeah, I think they're in alphabetical order,
They
but I'll
are.
take it.
Wow,
I'll
I
take
didn't
it.
even realize that. Damn. Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, so we got the main writer for the Living Girl Gazetteer and had the Cannon Fire, one of the legends of community, Gary Holian, with us. A lot of people don't know if he's a bot or not because we've never seen him, but that's okay. Just kidding.
Maybe 2028. Maybe 2028 GaryCon.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Sounds awesome.
Holy jeez. So I was just talking to someone who's just popped up in chat about going to Gary this year. I know Mandy's got a lot of shit.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. Unbelievable.
Whoa.
Give me a sec.
X button.
Yep. Buttons.
I was
Yep.
It's
listening
me.
to Anna
There we go.
before I jumped on, and yeah, I was curious about your definition of Metropolis because I feel like 25,000 might be a little low, but
Yeah, it's actually from D&D 3rd edition and
it is.
Pathfinder
Yeah,
1.
that's what
Yeah.
Sam was telling me. It's the official definition.
Yes,
But
because
kinda
that's when
think
they
like-
started using the term metropolises
Right.
when it comes to settlement sizes. So I kept it because I played 3rd edition and then Pathfinder 1. So for my maps, I just kept it. But I agree with you. Maybe it's a little bit low there. Might be cool to have like a mega metropolis or something for the really big ones.
Yeah, and I think even when you apply that filter, there's actually not that many cities above that level.
Yep.
It's like 20 cities. So
22, I think Mike said. I think Mike went with a
Yep.
total of 22.
My number keeps fluctuating, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Did you,
still in that neighborhood.
Mike,
did you use
campaign
the
map, Mike.
LGG, Mike?
I did, but it's not a very scientific counting.
Okay.
My count today is 19. I don't
Yeah.
know where I lost some, but my count, if we're talking about 25K plus,
yeah.
I got 10 in the folio, 10 in from the ashes, and 19 in the gazetteer.
Well, we definitely increased the size of some cities in the Living Greyhawk.
Yeah, I have that up now, and we can go over that.
So, for instance, Doraka went from 10,000 to 40,000, and why is that? Because we felt like they weren't counting the orcs and the other humanoids. So,
Yep.
it's a big city, but it's full of humanoids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people want a advanced look on some of these city statistics. I did a blog post on this like 8 years ago.
Oh, really?
That might help.
Wow.
So there you go.
8
Anna
years.
might also be able to comment on the fact that most of these cities are in a very mild band in the middle of the Atlantis. You don't have metropolises far north or far south.
But that kind of makes
Oh.
sense because you need
Yeah.
a lot of agricultural produce or like
Exactly.
production in order to support it and
There's
sustain it.
so
So
much
yeah,
open. There's no. There we go. Yeah, they're running in that middle band for the most part. I mean,
Mhm.
Doraka not.
So
But
Sam made this spreadsheet. He has all the cities on it, but I just sorted it by the LGG numbers and
Well,
just
then
thanks,
yours
went
Sam.
over 25.
Yeah, your count's got to be more accurate.
Yeah. So these are once again, I'm going to say this with all the love and respect in the world, Gary. These are not Rich Dioya numbers, right? These are LGG numbers.
These are, for the most part, LGG numbers on the right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The ones on the left are
what
from
was
the
I
gold.
look for? Because you know how he says you're way off.
No, we're not making any adjustments for any
Hey, Curtis.
theories. These are published numbers.
Published. That's
No.
what we want. Published source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Is it unfair to say Doraka didn't have 40,000 back in the day?
See, I think the 10,000 is mostly Flan humans. I think that number is the original population before I took over, roughly speaking. Obviously,
So,
there probably
yeah.
was a lot of killing to make a road of skulls.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, but where's the
But I
killing
think-
coming from?
I mean, this is a unique city. I mean, most cities don't account for like humanoids or anything, but they don't have very many. But I think this
Yeah.
is a very unique city where you have to account for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would bump it up into the metropolis level. Now, all sorts of questions on how they feed these people and these orcs and stuff. So,
well, they have quite a large
Thanks, kid.
area around it, and they have the lake too, so they can fish them, and they have a huge area, and they also have. It's an imperial capital. They have enough slave labor they can actually bring stuff in. So in that
Right.
sense, it could work.
that's
I
probably
think.
the most.
All right, so
Yeah.
I where's the capital of the Great Kingdom?
Roxy's is not on the list.
It's
It
because
didn't
it's
make
filled with undead.
It didn't make the mark, in the LGG.
It falls off the list.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I was going to say
Sorta.
before then
Yes.
it must have been one of the biggest in the.
Yeah.
Well, here's my radical
That
idea, Anna.
Yeah.
That the city was built to be about 80,000,
Mhm.
and that ever since the turmoil between crowns has been dropping and dropping and dropping population, until finally the Greyhawk Wars really knocked it for
Yeah.
a loop. And so,
Yeah. But we also have, it's a bit like the big metropolises of this day, because we have that Orred is a city in itself that is the suburb or the cross the river, so to speak. So it's a bit like,
yes,
what do you include? Meaning the greater area around it
Yeah,
might have been
yeah.
150,
the Roxy's
200,000.
metropolitan area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So my envision of Rosses is that it was probably around 500,000 at its peak, if you include the surrounding settlements that were kind of adjacent to it.
And looking at this map, I really would put it at the confluence of the two rivers.
I moved it on my map
Yeah, it's
eventually later. Yes, and Orred is on the other side, so to speak. That was
Yes.
because it was that way first, but I moved it down because that was the reason they put it there in the first place, according to my idea.
But yeah, Jay, it probably should be on the list, but it isn't. But for
It's okay.
for campaign reasons.
I don't care about this side anyway, Gary, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I heard Anna's anecdote. I mean,
Yeah.
Nylon has the most metropolises. That's very interesting.
Yeah, but
Makes
on
a
the
lot
other
of
hand,
sense.
it's a large
Yeah.
country. It's in the middle of the setting. It has good climate for agriculture, and
Climate.
it also not been kind of colonized and raided and stuff like that. It's been
it's boring.
relatively peaceful. Yeah, but
It's
poor
the
doesn't
heart.
kill
The heart
people.
of the lands of Nylon have been stable for centuries.
Exactly,
haven't
that's
been
what I'm
stable.
saying. It's
Watch
a
this. Curtis, it's like going to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I know he's going to respond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is.
just
It's
because
boring.
it got poor after the Greyhawk Wars
missed
doesn't
it.
mean that the population die off in huge numbers. On the other hand, it's the other way around. Nyron was probably receiving a lot of refugees from surrounding lands like Ulmor and Grey Kingdom itself. So they can
But
probably bounce back.
if
Yeah.
you correct for population, what do you think is the most urbanized country in the Flamis?
Keeland.
That
What'd you say, Jay?
Keeland.
Keeland is
No.
probably
Urban.
no,
It's
okay.
a big country.
Oh, urbanized?
No,
You
it's-
mean like New Jersey's the most population where I live per square
The,
mile? That kind of
the
stuff, you
most
mean?
the most people living in cities as a proportion of the total population.
I know this one because I think it came up.
I think the
A while
Pale is high on that list.
Anna, you're right. Anna, you're
Mhm.
right.
Yeah,
It's
because
Pale.
the Pale has something we're not going to focus on today. Pale has a huge number of cities, surprising number of large cities.
But they're not
I
big,
think-
except for
But
Winter
one
Ship.
Oh, they're
metropolis.
No, I
large
mean,
but cities, but not Metropolis.
Winter
Metropolis.
Shiven makes our list. of
Yes,
today's
exactly. Winter
discussion.
Shiven.
It's
And
a huge
old
city.
Winter Shiven used to, and then they moved the capital. So yeah.
I got a bone with this list. The last one on the list. How is
Ultramar?
it? Nevin? How is it possible that metropolis with Ayus invading, slaughtering everyone, and then the Ether invasion, as there still 25,000 people there?
Well,
That's
the Ether invasion
pre-Ether.
did not affect the LGG, and then that
No,
happened.
that's later crap, so to speak. So,
If
yeah.
you decide that
I
it
had to
happens,
say it.
if
I
you
just gotta
decide that
say
it
it.
happens at
But-
all,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So if you guys didn't hear
Yeah.
that story, 2001 or 2 at Gen Con, Stephen Manley McFarlane, Eric Mona, James Jacobs, they're all sitting there drunk. And they're like, what are we going to do for this year's Living Greyhawk thing? And they go, no one cares about 10. They're drunk, literally. Let's just slaughter everyone in there with this things coming out of the ether and invading the country.
Mhm.
And that's what they did. So over alcohol, the fate of a kingdom arose. And that, yeah, that's a funny story, but yeah. Okay, you're right, because that's post this publication. Oh my God, this publication is 26 years old.
Yeah.
My gosh.
But Pale is
gosh.
interesting. Is they seem to have, in my opinion, seems to have adopted
Wow.
the origin idea of you want to live in big cities. I guess it's also part of controlling your population. It's much easier to have religious oversight and stuff. People who live in
I think
cities.
you're right about that, Anna.
Yeah,
I also
rather
think the
than countryside.
geography. I think the geography plays a role. It's very
Yeah.
isolated. It's a
Mhm.
very dangerous place next to the
Yeah.
Rakers.
Yeah.
So I
And
think people tend to, huddle
Yeah.
close together.
Yeah, and also it's up there, so it's colder, so the climate is not that good. So you simply have to cultivate the best land and concentrate the population there rather than spread out everywhere, so to speak.
Yeah.
So Gary, did you hear what I did a couple of ventures ago to the Saturday morning group? Because there was still a portal in the SUS, and a Theocracy of the Pale guy got the idea. Hey, I don't need to fight all these trolls in the troll fens. I'm just going to teleport them somewhere else. So he started porting them over to the frickin' SUS. But then
What a novel idea.
Mhm.
right, yeah. But they
It's
killed.
gonna take years to clean out the trolls.
Well,
Yeah.
but if you get, you do a couple.
Oh, you make a portal and you make a trap, then you hang
Yes,
some
yes,
meat or whatever,
yeah.
and the troll walks there, and boom, he's
It was
teleported over to
need
his
an
other
genius
place.
idea.
Yeah.
You need an
So,
illusion of a very tasty looking.
Exactly. You have a
Animal.
troll. Yeah, yeah. You have
Thank you
a
for being-
troll trap. It's like a
I hope
portal
my-
somewhere else, and then yeah. Mhm.
I hope my friends are taking notes.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good
That's
idea.
a great adventure trap too. You can catch unwary adventurers and send them somewhere too. Yeah.
Absolutely. So just just having fun with that one. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. So how are we going to do? We're going to go through some key features of some of these. Would that be the way to do it?
Yeah. Do you guys have some favorite ones on the list, or?
I had
think so.
I had a
I mean,
Metropolis, because Jay asked earlier about definition. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Anyone
yeah. We
mention
wanted to find.
I just wanted to point out
Yeah. What makes a
that the
Metropolis?
numbers that I'm comparing, you got
Hey,
the
Sam.
83 box set, which only lists city as an option, that covers from 10 to 60,000
Yeah.
population,
Right. There's
which
no
is weird.
Metropolis
It stops at 60,000.
Yeah.
All right. And then, but it's not until third edition do you get your Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's always small city, large city, then Metropolis. It really breaks it down.
Mhm.
And just for fun, guys, get this out of the way. I checked my 5e book, the 2024 Team's Guide.
Mm-hmm.
No mention of any population figures in the Greyhawk material. Interesting.
That was smart. They didn't step into
Yep.
this landmine.
Yeah,
so to speak.
it's such because you can't fit that in like 20 pages.
Yeah.
You know, there's no
But
room for that.
just for clarity, then to sum up my bit here, a city in 5e is considered anything over 5,000 people.
A city.
Okay.
That's
Wow.
That's
small,
really
yeah. 5,000.
That's
That's
general
all-
D&D though. That's not Greyhawk.
No,
General
that's
D&D.
That's
yeah,
general
D&D.
D&D.
Yeah.
But that's the same book that Greyhawk's in. I'm just saying.
Right, that's true.
So-
It's true, but it's
Yeah.
general D&D. We'll let Sam
I mean,
come
Mike,
on.
I kind of want to cut it off at 35, maybe 40,000, and only have a dozen true Metropolises in the Flanis. But
Yeah, I
you know.
agree.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making like for my campaign, making like a super metropolis at
Well, we
really
could
much
do-
higher, so to speak. Yeah.
We could do that, Gary. Just chop the top 10 out of the 20 because there's probably another 10 cities that are like this close to being Metropolis.
Yes,
yeah,
there's a lot
there's
sitting
a
at the
bunch of them.
25,
That's
25 to 29.
Great thing is we can discuss them at another time.
Yeah, if we run out of
The
time.
cities.
Yeah, we have cities,
absolutely.
and that's another big one.
By
so to
the
speak, yeah.
way, this is Gary's topic idea, not mine.
I know.
Gary.
I know.
This is
I was
a good one. Thank you, Gary. This is a good one.
Scraping the
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel.
Hey, we're only on episode what, number 349?
Yeah.
Legends and Lore. I mean,
Yeah.
So 415 Gabbins. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
That-
lot of talk
yeah.
shows. We're having fun with
There's two metropolises on my maps that stand out for one particular reason that none of the others have, and I want to kind of clarify a little bit first why I chose to put them that way. And there's all of them have city defenses and walls except two, and I put them in there for that reason. And the two.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
I think one of them is Nialdra.
Mm-hmm.
What is the other one?
And the other one is kind of weird because it's a naval base primarily. And the naval base is protected, but the city is open. Yeah.
I missed it, Ann. What was the question?
There are two on my map that I didn't make that are walled or fortified.
So they're big cities that are not. walled.
They are not walled.
Mhm. Yeah, so Neoldra is one of them. Yeah, because it's actually written somewhere that it was an open city.
We're talking
So, yeah.
metropolises or just cities in general?
Metropolises, yes. Metropolises only. And the
Yeah,
other one is
yeah.
Willip in Furundi. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Willip
didn't realize
isn't on
Wolf was
this
that
list.
big.
Yeah, Wilt's big, but
Yep.
it's not
Mhm.
metropolis big.
it's not
Yeah, exactly.
25,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Furundi has two metropolises, Chendel and Willip. Yeah. That
Yeah,
hit
because it doesn't need a wall to protect from.
No,
interior.
I took it that Willip, the naval base, has the fortifications, not the city.
Mm-hmm.
So most people live outside of the walls for the naval base, so to speak. So I haven't detailed it yet, but I put that in there because I wanted a few more than one that wasn't fortified. And Neoldra, I take it that the royal palace and that compound is fortified, but not the city as a whole, so to speak.
Dwellop had a palisade that burned down Iusians. Maybe. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know a lot of the.
No, that was my take on Willip.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it's not something that I've read or anything like that. I put it in there just because I felt that at least one of this should have it, and I felt that they
Okay.
probably wanted to protect the naval base more than the whole city. So yeah.
So why don't we start here?
So I guess I'm looking at this list and I'm like, there's one here in the Metropolis list that
Yeah.
I created that never had a population, and all the others I think were done by either Carl Sargent or possibly
So
Fred Miney.
I got a bone to pick with one of these near me, but that's okay. We can talk about it. Let me see. It's got to be one that it's got to be. I mean, there was never any things on Gradsel. You
Well,
made one of these.
Yeah, what country
Gradsel.
did I work on?
Uh,
Gradsel, that's it.
yeah.
Gradsel.
So Gradsel was on the map. It was always there
Yep.
in Darlene's map, but
Yep.
it never had a description or population.
Yep.
So when
It
I
has-
saw that,
yeah.
and I saw its location on the Azure Sea, I
Yeah.
said, no, this is going to be a major, major city.
Exactly. It's kind of the yeah.
Now here's something I didn't have the time to do and get out my magnifying
Keel
glass.
Land.
But the symbol on the Darlene map should denote whether or not it's a city, right? Like you could have guessed
Hang
from
on a
the
second. I need
symbol
to
on the
bring
map.
up
Yeah,
my
yeah,
Darlene map
absolutely,
here.
absolutely. But the question is,
Well, that's a huge range in population, though, Mike. 10 to 60,000.
Right.
10 to 25, yeah. But Gradsel is Gradsel and Gryrax are two major naval. I mean,
Major need. And if you think about it,
the greatest.
Gryrax was a city of Keeland in the past.
Yeah.
So that has only become an independent city from Keeland because of certain political things that happened in the last couple hundred years. So lots of Sewell humans on that coastline.
Yeah.
So if while we're here, this is a major bone to pick.
Haven Hill.
There's
Okay.
no the only reason I'm going to tell you,
Haven Hill.
I know what you're going to say. Why it's this way, but 32,000 because of all the refugees that fled from the east, right?
It's a
They're
factor.
inhabitants. Yeah.
What's
It's
that?
a factor. I feel like I think a lot of it is because you don't often count the demi-humans. And I felt
Yes.
like the dwarves are there. They're not in Gryrax for the most part. They're outnumbered by humans in Gryrax.
It's the
but in Haven
Dora
Hill,
effect.
you've got 15
Not
to
that much.
20,000 dwarves.
No, I understand that, but we're talking about stupid things that happened that weren't in my campaign, right? This whole side, remember, there are forts all along here in this entire area here that is guarded by my order. If you look in my game, is all invaded and gone now, right? Because of the Pomars. So they all fled to Haven Hill. Isn't that why? Just like during the wars, everyone fled to Greyhawk City, correct? That's why
It's a normal thing for refugees to do.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the number's so high. I mean, I would put Haven Hill under 20,000 in my game. Just putting it out there. I have Haven Hill also. It says Haven Hill. I mean, it's calling it a refuge almost, even though this was here during the map with Darlene map. I always said
it has been there for centuries.
Yeah. So I see it as a joint human dwarvish location, but that's okay. Just something to put, something to chew on there, just depending on the setting. But I think
that's an interesting question. Is it the largest city of dwarves in Flannis? Does Irongate beat it? Does the capital of the Kingdom of Iron Hills beat it?
Yeah.
I'd say Irongate beats it.
Blackhammer or
no.
Nah, it's just
No.
I put it as a large town, not bigger than that. So yeah.
Was that place up north, Mike, that got taken over by orcs?
Garlingdal.
Yeah, that place was pretty big.
Was it?
Yeah, because it has 25,000 orcs
all
now.
in Stonefist up here?
Yeah. What's an Underdark
Metropolis of orcs?
It's over here, isn't
it?
it?
It's not a surface city.
Oh, here it is. Oh, couldn't find it. Garrel Inkdoll? That's interesting.
Did you place it based on an adventure map, or just did you?
I think I placed it simply because of the description in the text. Is my guess, and my kind of idea why it's there. I made up the idea that in the winter, that is a natural place where herds of aurochses and stuff like that, they migrate from summer grazing to winter grazing. So that's why it was perfect to put Vlexstad there, because you got spring and fall hunts. And the humanoids realized that too. So they were there early on, and so they were competing for the hunt, so to speak. and put it. That's why the reason why they. Plus, you can fish in the summer too, up in the, and you can hunt seal and stuff. So it's a good location for you can yeah, a lot of resources you can extract from the surroundings in that spot, so to speak.
Yeah, my dwarven comeback to this is the known 3, and we talked about them during the Aberrals discussion, right? That none of those dwarven locations, Caracast or Graysmere or Dumadan, or even barely have over 1,000 dwarves in them.
Yeah, those are tiny dwarf settlements.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there are probably 100 of those in the entire Flannis.
Right, just not noted. Yeah. Gal Engdahl, I don't know much about, but I think it's a base camp. It's probably a dwarven base camp, and there's probably unknown. And this is where you could come to adventuring. There's just like I do in the Lord Mills. There's got to be old dwarvish mining operations that are long lost all over this place.
All over this place. I mean, there are thousands of dwarves in the barony of Radek. So I suspect from one side of the Griffs and Rakers all the way to the other side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a place rife for adventuring. Here's Radek down here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which I would.
You can kind of play your dwarves a little more Scandinavian, like the ones that Anna grew up with.
Yeah. All right, since we're right here, we're just bouncing all over the place, everyone. What was Spine Castle's population at its height?
About 25,000. So it never really was a metropolis. Yeah, it was
close. Yeah,
a big city, but not big compared to the rest of the Great Kingdom.
Right. Spine Castle now is just filled with humanoids. Probably what, half the population?
More than half is humanoid. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably the total population is no more than 15,000.
Yeah, I can't remember what I put it at in the article, but it's definitely greatly reduced. Maybe even 7,000 or 8,000.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of cities in the Flannis are not at their capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Greyhawk.
Except for Greyhawk. I mean, that creates adventuring opportunities, definitely.
Yes, it does.
Well, you have Spine Castle listed as 6,300. 6,300.
Yeah, so
that sounds about right.
It's been severely depopulated.
Yeah. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Hello.
Curtis told me not to let you in, but I did.
Well, you know what how Curtis is. He's just, a terrible excuse for humanity.
Oh, that's just.
I hope you like that list. I forget who had mentioned it. It was several months ago. Just the discussion of cities and such came up, and so I said, "Okay, I'm not doing anything right this minute. Let me dig out all the cities in the LGG and then the folio, and just write them down. Put them in a spreadsheet.
24 of them. Okay.
So
that's awesome.
And it goes down to the large and small towns.
Right. This is awesome though, because we can use that in future shows, and I really appreciate it. But for this is great to have. So I really, really appreciate you doing this. Because now we know where to go. And then if we want to, like, I'll give you an example. Let's go here, and then let's just see. Is that Spine Castle right there? All right. So what we can do is, if you go to canonfire.com, okay, everyone, and you just need to sign in and create an account if you haven't, and then you don't
have to create an account to use it though.
You don't, but if you want to be part of the forums and all the other discussion that's not on, that is not here. Hold on, let me link this. Where is my shout out? Where's my link for?
If you want to just give everybody the direct link.
There you go. That's the Cannon Fire Disc. There it is. That's the Cannon Fire website and the Discord. Please feel free to join. Okay, if you want some old school discussion going on and stuff. But like here, I linked this Spine Castle map, and there you go. That's available. So any maps that have existed, published source or personally done by people, they can submit them here and add to the city directory, and then you can draw these maps off and use them at your own pleasure. So
right away,
yeah,
I don't like this map. I don't like this map that accompanied my article. I feel like
Oh,
This
yeah,
is a
that's right.
map of a city of a couple thousand.
Who
It's
did this
not.
map?
I don't know. Does the artist is the artist signed on it?
It's the
But
same
it's not.
guy who did a lot of maps in that era, that third edition era. It looks very similar.
It has that look, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
But it needs a lot more depth and more detail, I think. And
Oh,
okay.
Lazaretti?
Is it a
Is it
left
a
ready?
left-
It could be.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see who it is. Someone in chat will figure it out. But like, plus I would say the walls are more in ruins, aren't they? Aren't there more ruins? This doesn't look like a ruined town at all. There's no ruins here. Uh-oh. Gary is muted.
I don't think Spine Castle's
Where is
ruined.
it?
I think it's just been roughed over.
Oh, I thought a lot of it was in ruins.
You're right, Jay. I mean, that also is a major defect. It should be majorly ruined. I mean, it was sacked by orcs and ogres and gnolls.
Yeah.
And they had siege engines, so this was definitely more closer to what it would have been like before the attack, but still not dense enough to be a city of 25,000.
That probably is what, at most 10.
That looks more like 5 to me. I mean, it doesn't have enough. Usually you want 5 to 10. You want one building for 5 to 10 people.
But it is, everyone, the only map that there is out there for it that's linked there. Is there another one?
I'm gonna send you something in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow, your map artist mileage may vary, because think of Fata Vistas.
What? Oh no, that was a joke, right?
Anna's talked about those maps before. Now, yes, they're very deficient maps, but back in those days, they gave us at least an idea of what might the city layout look like. So, if I try to draw a map of a modern city, it's going to look pretty lame because I can't, put that much detail into it. So you could think of it as kind of an in-character map designed by somebody in the setting.
Or you could go with actual tabletop maps.
Yeah.
I don't need to draw no stinking maps because I don't have the talent that Anna has.
I'm working on it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Let's bounce around here a little bit. Alrighty. So let's see. Where am I interested in?
So we're talking about cities that aren't on the list.
All right. So I want to talk about this one. I want to go to the Backloonish lands.
Okay.
Get Anna's map out. Ket. Lapola.
Sam, don't jump out and attack Fred right away. Come on.
What's that?
Nothing. Don't worry.
Where is it? It's right here. Lapola. Where is it? I'm right here.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right, Lapola. What do we know about it?
Lapola, yeah.
It's Backloonish.
I'll venture to say it's not only a metropolis, but it is cosmopolitan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a huge transit place. Yeah. It's kind of the western extension of you have Thornwood and then Lapola. They are opposite ends of the in and out. If you want to go between Backloonish lands and the Flanese, there are 2 places you need to go through, and Lapola and Thornwood are the 2, so to speak.
But I would still say that it's not a metropolis, and it's not even on the list, so it must not crack 25,000.
Well, okay, it barely cracks it. It's at 27.3 in the LGG. Okay. It was 23.4 in the folio and the box set.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I would actually say, looking at the map, what I would analyze is Lapola is very important because it's probably the embarkation disembarkation point for trade on the Two-Flick River.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So
that's as far up you can go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a major port city.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what you have, if you're looking at, like I say, you're looking at the map, you go from Lapola, you go over, you have Molvar, which is at one end of the pass to Perrinland, Crestable's at the other end. Right. And then you get Polvar and Fowler, which are the towns that anchor the the route around the Bramblewood Forest, because as described, you can't go through the Bramblewood Forest.
So this is an actual picture in Lapola from Dungeon Meister's site on DeviantArt. So there you go. Mixture, you know, you got Veclunish and I guess /Iridian, right? So yeah.
And also Ket, I think, strikes high on the urban index too, because it has a few major settlements rather than lots of them spread out, so to speak.
Transient population is traders and caravans come and go. So yeah, and notice it's got that slightly what would I say, Middle Eastern / Moroccan look to the building architecture, right? You know, with in the background there. So he did a good job.
Which is but on the other hand, the climate is much colder. It's not anywhere near Moroccan or that way. It's much
it looks
cooler.
It looks like it's summer here because they're walking around in short.
Yeah.
Thanks,
but what I'm saying is that Ket is probably it's much more colder and
okay
in climate than is not anywhere near North African or anything like that.
Yeah. Here's a thought. Maybe Lapola is like Budapest.
Yeah.
What?
You can go much further east, Baku or something like that, if you want to.
I picked Budapest because the Baygraph of Ket, his name is Hungarian.
Oh, is he? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking about transit east-west kind of feel, and then you have
the crossroads.
Crossroads like Baku or somewhere like that.
What's the racial composition, Sam, of
in Ket or Lapola?
I think it's Iridian, Sulbek-Lunish, or in one way or other. I forget the.
Yeah, it's a really mixed bag.
Yeah, so it's got a big mix.
Yeah, the ruler of Ket is Zoltan. That's a Hungarian name.
Zoltan.
One thing I would say, just by looking at this list, that the Veclunish states sort of punch above their weight in big cities.
Yes, they do. They seem to be urban more than the east of the Flannies, so to speak.
Now, I didn't write Ekbir and Zeef, but if I did, I would be tempted to put those things over 100,000.
Really?
And have them just as completely different kinds of cities than the ones you find in the Flannis. Much higher density.
But but
and
also
the countries are effectively city states. Like their capitals are the hub of the entire country.
Yeah, but also the Flannies areas, they have way more area to live off, so to speak. Meaning a city in medieval tech level with more than 100,000 needs a huge area to support itself with, and in the Flannies you have that area. Meaning Furundi, Nairon, and those, they have enormous vast areas, so they can easily support a city. But these countries are way smaller by land area, so to speak. So but that's just one. It's a fantasy world, so we can, and it's not real world, so to speak.
Tiny population by medieval standards.
Speaking of Zeef and Ekberg, Gary, so Zeef across the editions is pretty consistent, 40K plus.
Yeah,
Ekber goes from 29 to 30 to 60, almost 64.
Right.
So that's like it doubled. Ekber doubled, Zeef stayed the same.
It's interesting. I would have asked Fred, what he was thinking there, because I always felt like Zeef was the bigger city. Zeef was the more, let it all come in. And Ekber, religious, a little more protected, maybe smaller.
What I expect Fred was thinking is I had all this.
Zeef has a higher mortality rate, definitely.
Okay, the population of Ekbir is 250,000. The population of Zeef.
Well, that's
this is folio box set. 250 to
It's a matter of
200. Yeah, Zeef had 200. Ekbir had 250,000. So you kind of think that Ekbir City is going to be bigger than Zeef City.
Also,
Well, that
Ekbir's
doesn't
much more
always
fertile
follow.
lands. Much more fertile lands than Zeef, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Ekbir is much more fertile. Yeah. So food production's a lot easier. And remember, Zeef is still a lot of warring going on to the west, I'm assuming, right? That we don't even know about too much off of
Yes.
in the Greyhawk. Also, there is a large contingent of orc and half-orc population. They're actually part of society in Zeef too, correct?
That was added by Fred.
Okay. Because when Zeef came on during the Living Greyhawk discussion, they were very big on that. So
yeah, that was added by Fred. The
okay.
the folio and
Red
box set have demi-humans and humanoids as doubtful.
Okay. Interesting.
Which, you could attribute to the unreliable narrator of the gold box. So maybe he wasn't aware of the orc populations there.
Here we go. All right, so Gary,
You can't trust Pluffett's measure and Sam on Sage.
Actually, as it happens, I wrote about that recently.
Gary, what map was this you just gave me?
So that is the new map of Spine Castle in production.
Oh, okay.
It's also about only halfway done, but it gives you a better sense of the scale.
Got it. All right, cool. Thank you. I got to close out. I had to open it up in Discord on the main computer, and I just wanted to make sure that I did not crash anything. Yeah, there we go. Pluffett's measure is vastly unreliable, all versions, according to Curtis. Yes. That's okay.
Yep.
That's all right. Having fun with this discussion. I'm oh shit, did I close it out? Of course I did. You dumbass. 1 second. I got so much open here. I'm gonna
Greyhawk Bard in chat is asking where to find some of the resources on the metropolises we mentioned. So if it's found in a book, mention it. Like I said, Dora Kai, you can find in I Use the Evil.
Right. But
lot of detail in that city.
This is Living Greyhawk Gazetteer is going to be that, and secondly, the 1980 box set.
But they're not going to tell you anything about the cities. They're just going to tell you the population.
They are. You got to go. You got to know. You just got to know. Like Gary Holian wrote an article on Keeland, right? You just got to know.
Very few Greyhawk cities have ever gotten a write-up.
Right. Like, what do we know about Gratzel and Neil Draw?
Right.
Probably very little.
Right.
Most of it is tied up in lint in my pocket.
And a lot. Once again, a lot of this is trying to explain the setting itself. What's the evolution of it from 1980, when nothing. There were best guess on population numbers, and they're all over the place, and some of them make no sense, right? Like Celine trying to be. They weren't qualified as an isolationist realm there, but there's almost as many humans there as there are elves. And so there's a lot of things that are a little weird about, and you just have to either explain it away or just say, hey, it was an early mistake. Hey, what's up?
Well, this kind of came up in discussion earlier this week. I mean, do you guys tend to avoid big cities for adventure?
No.
Or do you actually like them?
No.
I like them.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have two big ones and one small one, right? Greyhawk, because I know the map sucks. Malden fixed it. I use the Malden map now, right? So Greyhawk is awesome.
Well, I mean, I'd like to see a little more ambitious fix for that map, but Anna has plans in the future, so I'm waiting for Anna's.
I understand that, but I think Dennis did a good job. I mean, I really like.
Oh yeah, he definitely improved it.
He really
definitely
immensely.
improved it, but
yes,
I think the fundamental concept is off. So
actually, four cities, kind of 2 Harby.
But it is the only city that you have an entire box set for, so I can understand why people want to play there because they have a lot of raw material.
2 Harby, right? Love Harby. Just the Gynarchy and all the other stuff I've done. I mean, I've almost burned a city down once.
And it's got that excellent write-up in the Living Greyhawk Journal. So
it does, and it also has Earth Journal 10 has another excellent one, and I've merged them both together. In fact, I had him on, the gentleman who did that one, Earth Journal 10. And then 3, I mean, I have Narwhal. It's much smaller, I love the Headhunters. So out of Narwhal, right? That's another city based. It's small, much smaller. And then, of course, last but not least, my city here, Altamira, right?
Jay's going to have a field day when we get to small cities.
I am.
I was going to say
I
the
am.
the episode of medium cities, like we'll probably have to just talk about the coolest ones or the ones that we find most
Yeah,
interesting.
because they're
But
going
I
to be all
feel
over the
like,
place, which is fine.
oh yeah, there's a ton of them. There's a ton of them.
Yeah,
in
there's going to be a
medium
ton of
size.
them. It's just this is a good start to it for the larger ones. But
Yeah.
All right, to get you back on track on Metropolises, I have a good question.
Yeah, please.
For Gary and Sam and the other brains.
Mhm.
What is because I don't know this, what is the oldest Metropolis in the Flatness? Like the one that got to 25K first.
I'm going to say right here.
Are we not going to? We're not going to
Depends
count.
on what do you count? What do you count? Yeah, exactly. What do you count
If
as?
It's the Backlunish, go for it.
Yeah, because I don't consider them in the Flatness.
Exactly, same here.
right,
but
right.
if you take in the setting, named in the
Okay.
setting, yeah.
Okay. East
East side of the map, west side of the map.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're just talking Iridian and Sewell Blades.
Mm-hmm.
What's the oldest Metropolis?
I'm thinking Gradsel.
Really?
Yeah.
On the west side of the map, and then I'm going to go with Rel Astra on the east side of the map.
Yeah, that's one. But I will also add a place like Zelradon, or Zelraton, or whatever you pronounce it. That is not a full metropolis, but it's one of the oldest cities, the South Province, because it's an old Elysian Flan city. So that one is
as
probably
the
been around
migrations are happening, and Sewell and Orions are building new cities like Rel Astra and Gradsel, who got to 25.
Yeah, Mike's not talking about the oldest city. He's talking about the oldest big city.
Who became a metropolis first?
Okay.
I think Rel Astra on the East Coast became the first big city because of the union of all these Oridian tribes.
Okay, that's good.
If you take everything that is in the setting,
that was the first capital of the Great Kingdom of the Kingdom of Aerie.
Yeah. If we take everything that is named in the setting, I would say Kanak is the oldest.
I would agree with Gary, except then I did a check, and I'm going to suggest something out of the blue. I think the first metropolis on the right side of the map was Nevon Nevnen in 10.
Well, you could definitely make an argument for that,
Yeah, you can make an argument for that. Yeah.
I wonder, Sam, if their urbanization was more an adoption of ARD customs.
That's what I agree with you, Gary. That became big when they fled from
Remember this. In Illinois, there was supposed to be a native location right near Mike, right across the river in the Mississippi, where 10,000 plus people were, right? How far
I'm not a Cahokian, by the way.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
I don't know the population.
Yeah, but it was over 10,000, and that was like 500 to 1,000 AD. And
right. To go with that, Tostenka.
Yeah, I don't know where's that.
Yeah, but I don't have it.
I don't think it's metropolis size. I think it's more like Machu Picchu.
Okay, BB's asking, what's the oldest metropolis on the near div? Radiga City? Question mark.
Maybe either that or Divers.
Oh, I'd definitely go with Radagast City.
Okay.
Because
is it much older than Divers?
They're the only two metropolises on the lake, right?
Yeah, we have two. We have three with Willip. Yeah.
Well, Willip, I think, is still under 25.
Yeah, Willip doesn't even rate on my list.
Okay, skip Willip.
Yeah, this looks big too, according to this.
Oh yeah, but it's not that big. It's big, but it's not that big. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas will be on the next episode.
Yeah, I would have loved a huge crit wall or a huge Willip, just to kind of balance things out. But
I actually had a follow up on the age of cities thing because
it's a good question.
Didn't have to time to look this up. Which is Divers older than the city of Greyhawk?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
It's
think so.
much more logical to have a city
Yes.
there.
Okay, well,
But
okay.
then you're getting, you're digging back into the roots of them being villages and stuff. And
Mhm.
Greyhawk did not explode
Well, then
until
put another, yeah,
200s.
okay, Gary, good.
Yeah.
Put another way, Divers was a city before Greyhawk.
Absolutely.
That's-
Yes. Also,
Divers was an imperial capital when Greyhawk was still a village.
Mhm.
yeah, this is something we discussed sort of collaterally. Divers is near where what is that place that Koss ruled from?
Gosh, it was on the tip of my tongue. Tysharon, yeah.
Tycheron.
Right. So Divers was near there. So there was a city there. Yes, it is the obvious place for a major port city. I would just then the question for me is how long before any taboo around Tycheron was forgotten for people to again build there? And this is going to be the people of Valuna and Furiundi before they became Theron, before the Great Kingdom showed back up. So how long before they decided, yeah, we can build there? And then would that be before, after the proto Greyhawk was established by some of the school during the
Divers and Greyhawk might be the two closest metropolises in the Flannis.
In proximity?
In proximity to each other, due to their size too.
I mean, they're only on one major trade road right to it. So.
Well,
No, there's two that is closer. There's two. Devon and Karlstrand are closer.
Oh, well, yeah, those are medium sized. But yeah, you're right.
No,
Those
they are
pretty
big. Both of them are big.
and probably have a lot more settlement in between too.
Yeah.
But I kind of want the road between Greyhawk and Divers to be more significant, and I feel like there should be more settlements.
Yes, I added tons on my campaign map on there just because of that, because I wanted way more support structure for both of them, so to speak. And it's obvious, Gary, a lot of foot traffic there.
Gotta remember one thing. Divers is a shithole.
Divers is not a poop hole. Come on. That's what Greyhawk people say.
I know. And
yep.
So,
like, are you saying they're the Oakland to San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm saying they're the Camden to Philly. How's that sound? I apologize for anyone who lives in Camden. But, like, yeah, it's like...
I mean, I think it's probably an amazing city. It was a regional capital of the Great Kingdom.
It was their proud and second city.
Yeah, millions of gold pieces into architecture and construction. So while it may be on its downside right now, I still think it's pretty amazing place. It also seems a lot of authors have taken it in a very dark path, like it's almost an evil city. I don't know.
So Gary, that's the point. Okay, in my campaign, I've never had a single good aligned character ever come from Divers.
But what? Why is Divers?
Yeah, why?
Bad?
Why?
There's no real reason.
There's an obscure reason.
Okay, Sam.
I forget which book it was, but when Gord went over to recover his ring, he raided the Temple of Asmodeus in Givers.
Or Nerul or whoever.
Yeah, there's an open Temple of Asmodeus in freaking Divers.
So there you go. That's I think is why you'd probably get people deciding that it's a nastier place.
I mean, obviously there could be a hidden temple there, or whatever. But I'm just saying,
I'm sure there is, but
it doesn't match the description, because the description is they're actually kind of egalitarian. They have they vote their leader. They have this gentry, which are probably mercantile families. I don't get the impression that it's a dark
and
place.
elven influence, and the neighboring places are really, really good. Some of the
one point in Jay's favor is Divers doesn't like Valuna.
Yeah.
And if you don't like Valuna, it's probably because you don't like good people.
But
that doesn't mean they're evil. It just means they probably are neutral people who want to make money, and they don't want anyone interfering in their profit.
Yeah. Hey, Jason.
That free marketeers.
I always okay, and I know Patrick hates this, but so My
And it's not like
campaign.
Greyhawk is such a great place either.
It's not, but Greyhawk is ascendant while Divers is on the decline.
Yes,
That's the way I
that's
looked
true.
at it.
I would agree with you on
Okay,
that.
that's
for
the
sure.
point I was. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why would Divers be declining as opposed to just
Because it's no
being
longer
there?
it doesn't have an empire supporting it.
Right.
It's a bit like Vienna in Europe. Vienna was a capital of an empire that fell apart, and then now it's just a city with a lot of beautiful buildings.
Right.
And,
The
but I think
Austro-Hungary
Sam's
Empire.
point,
Yeah.
I think Sam's point may be that geography is destiny, and they are at the sweet spot to pick up on all that east-west trade.
oh yeah, they're in a good spot.
Just because it's not the capital of an empire, the Hanseatic cities, were big. They blossomed, even though they're not the capitals of their empire, until of course the Hans fell.
It's all good. It's it's all.
But it also depends
I
on what scale you have, so to speak. Is it political importance? Is economic might? Whatever. There are different scales, and Divers punched above its weight, probably mostly because of political influence before, and now it doesn't have it anymore.
The worst.
The counterexample is it's only been alone for 50 years in 576.
You can go down. Real
So
quick
it's not a
in 50
long
years.
time.
Go
Again, we're talking about Camden.
Yeah. So
one thing I would say is I would have loved it if Gary had put Greyhawk at the mouth of the river up in Mid-Bay. If he had done that, the economics, everything would be explained so much more easily.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird where it's placed.
I tweak my campaign so it actually de facto becomes the mouth of the river, so to speak. Yeah. Just to rectify that, because I totally agree with you. That's where it should be.
It does depend on the nature of the Celantan. I might suggest that a lot of the stuff about the navigability of these rivers, Gary might have been thinking too much about modern river traffic and not medieval river traffic.
Right. Yeah, because there's too many fords on this thing to be able to have it with warships going up and down it. It's impossible.
No, both.
Not just that, just the general difficulty of actually sailing up a major river.
Yeah.
Most travel upriver was by hauling it up along shore.
Yeah, you're right.
So
yeah, absolutely.
So Greyhawk is huge and maybe the biggest city in the Flannis. Well, Astra accepted, but
it should be.
Why is it so big? What is the explanation for how it got so big?
The adventuring
Metropolis thing.
I mean, because it's not a capital. It's not a former important part of the Great Kingdom.
Greyhawk invested in itself.
In this case, shockingly, I have to say it's magic.
Yeah, it's part of it.
No, it's Zagid.
Yeah.
Do you think that the castle, the riches, and magic that came out of there was such a draw that it became self-sustaining proposition?
Oh, no, because I think Greyhawk hit Metropolis status during the rule of Zagid.
I would agree. Yeah.
And obviously people weren't tromping through his castle dungeons then and looting it regularly. So there had to be something Zagid was doing.
Oh, he built it on the Great Kingdom coin, so to speak.
Yeah, there must have been a great wealth.
It was an imperial investment. It was not the locals who paid for the city. It was the empire needed a big city there, so they paid for it.
No, see, this is something I pointed out, that in terms of being a trade city, Greyhawk is in a useless location.
Depends. If you have north, south, east, west. So it's in this perfect spot, both from trade and for strategic reasons.
No, honestly, you're going to go from Lukish or Radagast City to Divers or Critwall, and that's it. That's where your trade is going to be. There's no reason, if you have qualified shipping across and around near Div, that you're going to bother.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Hauling from, where is it? I guess Seltarin across the Cairn Hills, slogging through, what is it, 200 miles of hills, infested with monsters, finally get to Greyhawk,
Right.
load everything up on ships, on barges, transport it across the river, put it back on caravans, and march another, 120 miles to
Divers. Yeah, no way. No way.
It makes total sense why Radagast City and Divers are on the top 10 list of Metropolis.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
They anchor each end of the Nerdiv, that for sure.
Oh,
But Greyhawk doesn't have a geographical or political reason for being so important. So it has some.
Well, it has the north-south. It has the link between Nerdiv and the ocean. If you have the rivers.
Greyhawk has a reason for being there. Come on, Gary, and that is Sour Load and the Doom Grinder.
Bad Jay.
Curtis was saying, "When's the joke coming?" There you go. So
now, yes, a wizard that is the equivalent of a billionaire, pouring tremendous amount of money into the city, could attract thousands of people to live there.
Yes,
it's a wealth alone in Castle Greyhawk. The wealth alone in Castle Greyhawk is.
But also to control the land between east and west.
Greyhawk is not accessible into the 500s.
Right.
No one goes in there until Gary's players go in there in the 500s.
I might suggest the first surge in raiding the Cairn Hills was under Zagied.
Right.
Yeah, raiding those burial mounds, right?
And that's where the initial insane wealth comes in.
And and the Cairn Hills are, actually, the Star Cairns aren't even part of the Cairn Hills. I mean, I guess you could say it's just weird how it runs here, runs up, runs over. It's very strange. Cairn Hills. It's all called the Cairn Hills, but yeah. So,
all right.
So it's a good conjecture there, and once again, I think we can leave this up to Gary told Darlene where to put stuff, and didn't think about the reasoning behind where he put stuff. Right.
Right.
There was not a
or
lot.
Maybe maybe he did, but he didn't write down his explanation.
But we also have to realize that the setting grew from the city outwards. It's not that there was you didn't have the setting and the geography and there makes sense to build the city. No, you made the city and then you created all the stories and the surrounding lands from the city. So it's that's why you have to kind of retro mix. You have to make it make sense afterwards. Yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes as a designer, you have to retcon the explanation.
Oh yeah, exactly. You have to retcon a lot of things, and I try hard to make lemons out of lemonades, so to speak, or lemonade out of lemons.
A lot of reason why Divers is so hated in my game is the worst ever PC in the campaign. Way worse than Fritz Winchester. Came from Divers.
I was just
character
but
ever.
That means that the city was good because they didn't like him, so they kicked him out.
When he got killed, they put his head on a pike and for everyone to see in Divers, even though he got assassinated in Harvey. That's the
that's a good city. They know to put the criminals on
the assassins
stakes.
killed the Divers killed him, and he wasn't even So universally hated character. And now he's a revenant in a ghost ship on the out in the ocean, on the Woolly Bay.
Well, it's an east side of the map city on the west side. It's a very
It's just some places get reputations. That's all.
Yeah.
So
that's cool because that builds flavor for your campaign.
It does, absolutely.
But it can be old disinformation. You never know.
It can be disinformation. No, not with Michael Baton. Trust me, everyone hated him. Even you did. You didn't even know didn't know much about him.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
So
my character just fell for the regular stories and the disinformation. I had no clue if that was actually true or not.
What about Harvey? How many people? It's under 25.
Oh, it's way under. Yeah, it's like 10.
Really?
Yeah. Geographically, you could make an argument that it should have been a more important place.
I have it that it has a much longer story as a city than Greyhawk has. It was big in the city long before it was a port city on there.
I
long
would
before.
say until Zagig was ruling Greyhawk, I think Hardby was the more important city.
Yeah. Once again, I agree completely with Gary on that. I think Hardby was the large city verging on Metropolis until Zagig.
Wasn't Zagig born in Hardby?
Mm-hmm.
His mother was a despotrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Gynarch.
Yeah. I love the Gynarchy. I love the Throne of Wood. I love all that stuff about Hardby. So
I mean, I like the idea that Zagig in his person is a union of the Sul magic line and the Iridian magic lines. So he's kind of like, that explains some of his, prodigious powers.
On the other side of the Woolly Bay from Hardby is Highport. Could have the fall of Highport affected Hardby's growth? Like,
Yes.
is there a connection?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah.
Yes. And not just then. I'd say Highport goes back to Vecna II. I know this is something Gary mentioned. Highport goes back to Vecna II.
The Quicken.
And I'm forgetting where.
Did you say the quickening?
Vecna to Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. And when he was thrown down, that changed the political dynamic in Woolly Bay massively, and provided a lot of opportunity for
Highport. Yeah, one of the wealthiest cities in the Flannis before it fell. Maybe not 25,000, but definitely, a big city.
I have to ask a question. Who the hell's Vecna II?
So if you go through Zeb Cook's material in Vecna Lives,
I'm trying not to.
The hand and eye appear from time to time,
right?
And the people who possess them get empowered.
Halamar the Cruel, that dude or whatever.
Well, that's another example. That's another example.
Okay.
So imagine that the longer you have both the hand and the eye, the closer you become to becoming Vecna. So this guy practically was Vecna because he had the hand and eye for years, and the spirit of Vecna took over him.
And who was he originally?
It is completely unmentioned. I wrote up an extensive background for him in Genesis of a Legend.
Okay, that's right.
We could link that book.
Yeah, absolutely, please do. But is that mentioned anywhere in published source, or is that Sam's mind?
Yeah, Vecna Lives. No,
Vecna Lives. Okay, and so it's the background story in Vecna Lives before that. The Cruel dude even is mentioned, and he kills off. All right.
Remember in that book, Zeb Cook is providing all this establishing material to give us a background on Vecna and the hand and eye.
Before he kills the Circle of Adolf, I understand.
Yes, and this is centuries old legends, and there are other ones, the Paladin King of Miro and stuff floating around the Flannis. So you have to. Now the dates aren't provided, so Sam and I did some work on that. So yeah, and the location is roughly on that coastline. So.
Okay.
Trust us, but it's not completely canon.
Trust but verify. I got it.
Yeah. But it is mentioned.
Yeah. As he wrote up like a whole bunch of wielders of the hand and eye, going from the insurrection of the Yahites, ending with Halmadar, the Paladin King of Miro, the Gnome Lord of the Blemu, and in the early 2000s. Based on another concept that someone had thrown out about maybe the hand and eye are running a circuit around the Flannays before coming home. So I wrote up, a little more details about them. You can find this at Cannon Fire, about the hand and the eye going around. And then when it came time for Genesis of a Legend, I expanded it all massively. Well,
but I still think no Metropolis is on the Wild Coast.
Yeah, I mean, just given the choice between what I wrote and what else is out there for Vecna recently, yeah.
Now, the Azure Sea is different. The Azure Sea has a handful of metropolises, I think.
Let's talk about Iron Gate.
Let's do it. There you go. That's the way to do it there, Mike. Just throw it in there. It's like, I want to talk about Iron Gate.
So Iron Gate, you can, for those who want to know, there is an Iron Gate treatment in a Dragon magazine, of which the number I don't have.
Well, with Gary and Malden as the writers.
Yes, by
Yeah.
Buffett.
Well,
so
did I miss
there was this
someone?
time. It was. Sam?
Did I miss someone in that? Sam, you wrote in that one too?
No.
Okay.
I would just say the important thing to remember about
No,
Iron
no.
is the Great Iron Gate Canal.
Okay. Well,
Sam
well, here's the map we have. Oh, there you go. And there is a canal there, or a river or something.
I actually have an Iron Gate question right out of the gate here, on Gary. So in the 83 guide, Iron Gate has a population of 44,000. By the time we get to Living Great Gazetteer, it's 51. It went up about 7,000. Pretty admirable, right?
Yeah.
So the question is where it's located. Can Iron Gate get any bigger? Or is it pretty much peak now? You know what I mean?
Good question.
I think it is pretty stuffed at this point. Remember, it can't grow except down.
Yeah, but they have a dwarven contingent they can dig, so they can probably build in, and they have a lot of mountains around, so they can probably dig into
Some places don't want to grow.
And you can put dwarves on the two mountain walls to the other side of Iron Gate.
And you also have building materials. You can build up as well as down. Because you have lots of rocks around, so you can.
So Iron Gate's a good candidate for skyscrapers.
Exactly, you can build up
it has
and down,
towers,
so to speak.
It has a lot of towers, but it also, Mike, it has like 9 levels below ground of city, and the dwarves live 70% under the city in this deep Iron Gate, and humans live 70% on the top.
Yeah.
So.
I guess the problem comes with sea level, because if you dig below sea level, then becomes a little bit more iffy, because you have to make sure that you don't get leakage, so to speak.
That's what
Iron Gate. One of the things that I wrote about Iron Gate is it's full of laws of where you can dig, because of the ever-present danger that you're going to pierce the walls and allow someone.
It's like building
Iron
a
Gate.
subway under sea level. That you have to make sure that you drill and blast and stuff to get the right. Yeah.
If anybody hears a pickaxe, they come running.
Yep.
Check on what you're doing.
It's correct. This is the most defensively placed city in Greyhawk.
I think it's one of the high candidate for that. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it was conquered by the Great Kingdom early in its history, when it would be considered like a beneficent force to use.
I don't know how Haven Hill is constructed, but I can get maybe Haven Hill can also be very defensible in that sense. It's a dwarven city. Yeah.
There's a picture of Iron Gate in the magazine.
I love that picture. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
So Iron Gate sits on essentially a granite extrusion that's coming out.
Let me see if I can find it.
And it's Malden's design of the city, which also makes it awesome.
Is awesome. Here, let me just type it on. You guys keep talking.
And so in order to reach Iron Gate, you either have to enter through a gate at the bottom and climb all the way to the top, or you have to cross these bridges, which can be easily destroyed in defense, if they needed to. So Iron Gate was under siege for most of the Greyhawk Wars by the Scarlet Brotherhood. And
oh God. I just popped 3 pub vessels in my head. Oh, why? All right, I got it. Why would the Scarlet Brotherhood lay siege to this place with all the dwarves? So they're going to purge the place of dwarves. I mean, this is
you got to remember they took on Wall. They took on Wall and they took ID, the 2 countries on either side of Iron Gate.
ID's full of halflings. I can see why they did ID. But this is like.
Listen, this is the account of the Greyhawk Wars, so we have to go with it. Obviously, the siege didn't succeed. I mean, it wasn't even remotely threatened. But
what publication is that?
I don't know. I did a search on iGrade on my secondary hard drive, and this came up from it. So I don't know. Oh, you know what? Here, let me do this. Let me see where it was saved. And maybe I'll have more information. So let me go back to my D drive.
Yeah, so
bring it up
Iron
in
Gate
1
definitely
second.
is one of the most fantastical looking cities in the Flanders.
It is. Once again, I love From the Ashes, but I think Carl
top of
Sargent went too far with stuff.
sort of the top of that mesa like thing is a couple of square miles, so it's pretty big up there.
No, you know what? This is from our Castles, Keeps, and Towers discussion. So it's not from. I have a feeling we did the.
Patrick is correct. The Iron Gate has a link to the World Serpent.
Iron Gate's portal to other realms. Yeah. Oh God.
But if you go through the tunnels below Iron Gate, through these levels all the way to the bottom, and then go east or west, you can get to the Kingdom of Iron Hills without being up in the air. You can go there through the Underdark.
This is like Helm's Deep times 100.
Times 100, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone in the
It's
right
literally
mind,
deep.
Yeah. Anyone in the right mind that would siege this or try is crazy. So
yeah, I mean, why is it big? Well, first of all, it's big because it has a lot of dwarves. It has more than 10,000 dwarves living in that city.
Yeah, and it's also very hard to sustainably siege something that has a coastline, so to speak, because to block the coastline it's much easier to set up camp on land than it is to have ships there constantly.
And they can get food in and out from the rear, so it's not like
they could
you know what I mean?
Resupplied from the Underdark.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that it's just near so many sources of minerals, including, of course, iron, the eponymous. And so it builds things. Iron Gate makes things. They make weapons, they make armor, they make all sorts of things. And that thing, they're arms dealers, these dwarves. So they sell stuff all over to all parts of the Flanders. And if you want to commission a magical blade, that's probably one of the places you would go to. If you want to really get something special.
This is the place there should be a lot more adventuring done in, and I hear no one adventuring here.
Because there is no resource for it.
But it might be a place you go to shop, not to go to adventure.
Yeah, I know, but I still think it would be cool. I mean, if I had my
go
choice
there between adventures for downtown.
Yeah. If I had my choice between the Underdark and here, I think this would be cool. I just think there's a lot going on here we just don't know about. I'd love to hear more stories about it.
Well, in the last issue of the Greyhawk Journal, Artharn wrote a series of short adventures set in Iron Gate.
Oh, cool. Okay.
One of the big controversies of Iron Gate, and I think I even talked to Anna about this like 15 or 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Is it on the North Shore or is it on the South Shore? Well, because that wasn't always clear. And when I ran into a lot of fans on Greyhawk 25 years ago, whatever, there was a contingent who thought it was on the North Shore.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense to have it on the North Shore because that's where you have most of the other population centers you want to deal with. So trade-wise, I think it makes more sense on the north side than the south side.
Well, although Gary is afraid of the concept, that's where the Great Iron Gate Canal came from. Because during one of the discussions in the Thursday night group, I suggested that because of the size of the map and the limits on that Iron Gate was actually on both shores, that the peninsula was so narrow there that Iron Gate extended to both sides, and then there was even a canal connecting the two.
I've seen that, and that's a very interesting, because that makes a lot of sense that's like in Greece, you can actually cut a canal through, but this is like more than 100 miles, so it's...
Well, the thing is, we couldn't be that sure how wide it was.
Oh, you can narrow it 20 miles on either end, and all of a sudden it's only like 60 miles, 50 miles, and then you can say it's a river, so you can cut a few more miles, and all of a sudden it can make sense. It would be cool to have it.
That's what I said.
Yep.
And then, of course, the question is, who would dig the canal? And
dwarves, of course. Dwarves, they dig through mountains.
Heresy, spoiler warning.
All you need is one of those, what do you call it, things. You can, oh my God, what the hell are they called?
Yeah.
There's
But-
some magic on them. You can dig that out
Yeah.
in 30 minutes.
And that's what dwarves do. They
Yeah.
dig
Spade.
through
Spade cost
hills.
excavation. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mike.
but it's interesting because we have a river in the north that goes
You're-
the last 20 miles, and the river in the south 40 miles.
You're right,
and then,
Anna. It
yeah,
should be dwarves. It should be dwarves. You're right, Anna.
yeah.
Well-
So I'm thinking for my campaign, what the heck? What if we put it in the middle and these rivers are kind of someone made them flat, so to speak, and cut through the mountain, straighten them out a little bit so you can sail up and down.
I would
both of them.
say, unless
Yeah.
someone publishes something noteworthy of doing it, that you keep it like this and let people conject. That
Someone
that's
can
the-
map a cool map in the future, and that might get it adopted. You
Right,
never
that's what
know.
I mean.
Yeah,
Someone's got to
mhm.
do something, though.
Yeah,
That's what I would
mhm.
say.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I
So
say,
there you go.
I said the halflings did it. Fred picked Hoblogs.
The hobloggers? No.
and I've run with that for 30 years.
Oh god, the halflings.
And in fact,
You know what?
okay,
Kosh did it.
After Resistance, Malden
Yeah.
actually got on board with it. One of
So-
his guys wrote
Yeah.
up the Hobloggers Guild for Iron Gate. Here it is from Dennis's site.
So Jay, you might like this. I have an article coming on the Underdark around Iron Gate. So it's going to be like all the adventure opportunities. And I have a couple of locations contributed by Eric Boyd,
That's
who's
awesome.
the master of the Underdark.
See, that's great. That's what we need. That's wonderful, so that people could venture in and around Iron Gate. They combine your article with that stuff, and you got something. That's awesome. That's great. That's
No,
what I'm
but
talking about.
Gary, that's a place you can kind of tweak a little bit and make even cooler. But and Dennis did
absolutely.
such a good job in kind of illustrate and map the city to begin with. So
Dennis
so
has
yeah.
done a lot of wonderful, made a lot of wonderful
yeah.
contributions.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
know, and
Why did Dennis have to get married and lose all his free time?
yeah. Well,
I think his job has something to do with it too, and
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
smart
Yeah.
guy. So yeah.
yeah, it just you know, real life gets in the way. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, Dennis's campaign is only like 3 months shorter distance than mine, right? He's been playing since 1980 as well, and his campaign is rich and full of things. And he got stuff on the map during 3rd edition. I mean, he's got his own Melkot is on the map, you know.
Yep.
So that's how impressive that he's been. Extremely, extremely impressive.
So,
in
so
everything
a
that
little
he's
bit like Greyhawk, I say Iron Gate stretches credibility in being a metropolis, but I love it.
Oh, I love it too,
I love
and it
it's
can also
unique.
make
It's
sense.
unique
Yeah.
to Greyhawk. It's unique.
It's
Yeah.
unique. Yeah.
And also it could
that's-
be, it simply be because Iron Gate has been so good at assemble talent and use it. So it
Yes.
strikes above its weight simply because like some cities in the real world, like Singapore is way big. It's a strategic location, but
And-
there are
And I
cities
forgot,
that are, yeah.
It's also a capital because
Mhm.
it's the capital of the Iron League. So
Yeah.
all the nations around it
Yep.
look to Iron Gate as the leadership. And
Yep.
so they probably have, hundreds of
Mhm.
member contingents
So,
there,
Yep.
ambassadors
I
and
gotta
stuff
ask this,
and
Gary.
servants.
3rd
Yeah.
edition in the Living Girl Gazetteer. You guys play back up the Iron League, because I don't hear much about it after the 1st edition, all the mentions on it. Remember the Iron League in those books? And it kind of
Yeah.
dissipated away. Do you guys bring it back a little
Well,
bit?
we did try to bring it back a little bit. The Greyhawk Wars kind of destroyed most of the Iron League because, again, they had the Scarlet Brotherhood take over the Lordship Isles and Omwal and ID. So those 3 member states already gone. So it was just Iron Gate and Sunday left. So yeah, I mean, and all those countries have these inborn rebellions that are trying to, restore. So it's complicated.
Well, I'll also note, Iron Gate on the south coast means it avoids the storms of the Sea of Gearnat, Woolly Bay, and Relmore Bay.
Yeah.
It gives this major access to the Azure Sea.
Well, yeah, the original purpose of it was to give the Great Kingdom major access to the Azure Sea, so that it could
And-
compete with
But
Gradsol.
yeah, but interestingly enough, there's a bigger population north than it is south, and the weather is probably worse the bigger the ocean is in some sense, rather than the small. Meaning the Relmore Bay and Woolly Bay are small, comparatively small areas.
Yeah. I mean, we gave it a
Yeah.
little city that belongs to Iron Gate up in the
Yeah.
north.
Mhm.
So with Portage and the canal, let's
I
say.
gotta think that the Dunhead Bay has got to be a huge It
You
should be
would think, but they're, those
But
are not
there
big,
are
big
several
cities there.
small on the east coast is kind of forgotten because they
Yeah,
go to
the
Primp
Niron
and
coast.
Shathold in the east, so to speak. And
Okay.
but Onwald has Scant is one of these. Scant and Nessermouth are both. I mean, you have Killdeer and Sornhill, so they make good sense. Scant is another one that I made into Metropolis on my campaign map because I think it deserves to be. And Nessermouth I have as one that was in Metropolis for a while, and then the wars came around, and the population fell a bit because all of a sudden trade disappeared a bit and stuff like that. But yeah,
Oh,
Scant was
well,
simply stayed in Metropolis because no one
And
could flee because they were
thanks.
surrounded.
Thanks
Well,
to Carl Sargent.
in my campaign, Chathold in the 150s was being groomed as the new capital of the Great Kingdom.
Ooh,
Yes,
They were
yeah,
going to move the capital further west.
yeah,
Really?
and it also makes a
makes more
lot of
sense.
sense from an area because it has access to waterways throughout the Great Kingdom, so to speak. So it makes a lot of sense from that perspective. And you have river and stuff, and then connection east. So yeah, I agree with you that that is a good candidate for that and Realmord. Realmord simply because it was the middle of the Great Kingdom when it was at its peak, so to speak, in some sense.
That's probably right thing.
And then Anna and I have talked about this in other shows, but we would love a bigger Nessermouth, a bigger city. Not a
Oh yes,
metropolis, maybe, but a bigger city.
oh yeah, I made
Unfortunately.
it big city and borderline metropolis is, but now it's kind of shrunk a little bit. Now it's starting to become rise again in my campaign because we're at 599 now. So now it's 20 years after the war.
I
But
am astounded because this whole discussion around Realmore Bay, and I didn't hear anyone mention the actual metropolis that's on Realmore Bay.
yeah,
And
there's several.
It's Mithat,
Yes,
according
Midhat
to
and
Marklands.
yeah, and Oldred.
Mythat?
Yeah.
Oldred in the Living Root Gazetteer falls 3,000 short of being metropolis.
Oh, okay. Well, I
but
made them both
Mithat has
metropolises.
29,000.
Yeah.
Where's that? I'm sorry.
It's northern side of
It's
the
southern
the Realmore Bay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did we go there in Michael's campaign, Anna?
Yes, we did. We've been not to Mithat, but we've been to Oldred. Yeah, and Ragby, the city a bit west. Yeah.
You
Niron
talked
has a
about
lot
refugees
of
earlier.
ports.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Nyrond is a powerhouse in a lot of ways. And I have it that in my campaign, Nyrond is a bit like Germany after World War II. It took 20 years, but now you have an economic powerhouse that is the biggest economy in the Flannies and it's rising, so to speak, because they had two things going for them. They didn't get their country destroyed during the war, and they also got a lot of people coming in. So it took like one generation to get them into society, but exactly, and they got extended lot of it. So now Nyrond is becoming an economic powerhouse in my campaign because they have now stable leadership again, so to speak, and they have an increased population and they are in a really good spot because they can trade with lots of others, so to speak. But they also have a lot of problems on their borders with the Pale and Ayus and a whole bunch of them. So they're in a good spot right now, but that doesn't necessarily will stay that way, and on the east too.
I feel like Nyrond is almost an example to the modern Flanders of what the Great Kingdom used to be like.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
in some ways, it's the model.
Yeah, I also have it that they are now in negotiations and want to have a union with the Ernst states as well because they want to a trade union only, but Nyrond has bigger political ambitions in the future, and also to be the new caretaker of Erdi tradition and all that. Yep.
Well, I suggested based on the stuff in the box set, Nyrond is fated to become the new Great Kingdom. With since the university at Realmord is where Puppet Snedger was making his game from.
Yeah.
Well, you brought it up, Sam. Realmord. Realmord is one of the biggest cities in the Flannis.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready for.
And a really old one too, because I think it was a city early on in the Erdi settlements, so to speak. They probably settled there early.
Well, yeah, I have around -100.
Yeah.
The Grand Prince of the Great Kingdom, basically establishing these three major cities, Rel Mord, Rel Astra, and Rel Deven, as cities of enlightenment. So they're basically endowed with these major universities, and a ton of money gets poured into them. Rel Mord is very focused on like history and warcraft. So, you know, it essentially becomes a regional hub, kind of like Divers did for the West.
Fun fact, the Temple of Deleb, god of intellect, is next to the University of Rel Mord.
Really?
Makes sense, yeah.
That would lead me to ask, so you think Rel Mord was founded completely by the Great Kingdom, and it was
no. These are like rebrandings. You get dubbed one of these cities,
right?
And, and all this money pouring in.
Okay.
Because Rel Astra existed way before -100.
Right, well, so. You know, as opposed to being converted from the capital of the Kingdom of Nyrond.
I don't know if it was the capital of the Kingdom of Nyrond. That could have been one of the other cities in Nyrond.
I got a quiz for Anna and you guys about Rel Mord. Okay. Marklands and Fata Vistas both have Rel Mord. What, if you can see this is terrible. I'm sorry, guys.
The map.
I'm losing it. Okay. Rel Mord.
Yeah.
That's Fata Vistas. Rel Mord.
Right.
Empty, yeah.
And that's Marklands.
So they got two different maps.
What is the difference? What's the difference between these two?
Wrong side of the river. Wrong side of the river.
Yes, it's the river. Yeah. The river switches.
Yep. It's interesting when they have two published. This is a good example of what happens when you don't have enough source. Kind of go back and check your sources when you do official product. Greyhawk is full of this stuff that things shifts around and distances go measure. One measures in mile, the other one said it takes a week, and the first one says it's 10 miles away. The other one says it takes a week to walk there or whatever. So and in this case, I will go with the Marklands over the Fata Vistas because the Marklands is there to specifically go with what the countries look like in the source book of that. Adventures are good at adventuring, but maybe not for being source books of
There's a third map out there, Mike, which is Von Mulku's map, which hopefully he can publish himself.
Which I think is the best map by
definitive.
I'll see if we can upload it to the canon for Rel Mord.
Another interesting thing I noticed between the two sources is in Fata Vistas, which you guys just were saying earlier, it's about the adventure and not so much the detail. Rel Mord has a temple of Hextor, but then in Marklands, it's gone.
Really?
So I don't.
I have no problem with the temple of Hextor being there. I mean, he has a lawful neutral aspect that could be explained.
And there is a there might be meaning it has an Erdi tradition. Back in the day of the Great Kingdom and the Knight Protectors and stuff like that. So I think for historic reasons and traditional cultural, they keep it there, but they might not allow services and stuff like that anymore. But
they're not going to allow like the Nalax strain of that religion there.
In my campaign, there is a temple of Hextor in Critwall. And they turned it into now it's the resident of the Knight Commander of the Knight Order of the Holy Shield.
I think the early Erdi kind of were powered by this rivalry, almost competitive rivalry between the two brothers who were against all the enemies of the Erdi. But once the Erdi settled down, they turned on each other. And that's when things started to go south.
Does anyone know who Dan Salas is? Because that's who wrote the Rel Mord section. In Fata Vistas. Dan Salas?
No, I don't.
But it's a great kind of idea, and I totally agree with you, Gary, that it should be one, and that's why I wrote one into Critwall, because I felt there should be one there too, because that was also founded during that early Erdi Greyhawk Great Kingdom expansion kind of period. That's when it was founded as the northern kind of city.
So what I would say about Rel Mord is it's easy to understand why it's huge. It's a capital, it's really old, it has a lot of money poured into it, has resources all over the place. But is it a little boring? I mean, does it have any adventure nearby? I think you could run a political intrigue campaign there, like Game of Thrones, but as far as monsters and dungeons, not really. You have to kind of go off to
Gary,
the forest.
I'm sure Mike, he can come up with all sorts of stuff, but
for sure.
I agree with you that it's not the place I will go to for setting campaign for the normal adventuring, but the occasional political backstabbing and
Yes.
criminal activity on the margins and stuff like that.
Throne
Yes.
intrigues.
Gary, I'm gonna quote a movie. No thanks, I'm trying to quit.
Well,
Sorry,
if you're going to go to the east side of the map, that's not the place I'd recommend.
No, I'm just sorry, Michael. I just Michael.
But it's a great place to go for downtime that can turn into political intrigue and stuff like that.
Salis, South Orange. That's not New Jersey. That's New York.
Well, I would. Realm Ward would be peaceful, but I think there's a ton of chaos on the edges of Nyrond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sure. Like especially over here, right?
Well, in the southeast, you have.
I love a neural campaign myself too, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the neural area with Radek and Beaumarch. That's a great area for adventure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Neural is a great place because you have adventure outside the doorstep. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. You could put the keep on the borderlands there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You could go up to the Gambos and meet the Duke.
Sam. Too soon.
Number one.
But Nyrond, it has a lot of
good one, Sam. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
there's that really nice map of Lonesome that
Alyssa Faden did.
Alyssa Faden did, yeah.
That we unfortunately haven't got published in Worth Journal yet, but yeah.
Yeah.
But hope it's not out. It might happen.
Miracles
might happen.
If you Google around, there's some preview copies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Miracles might happen. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And it's an excellent map of Womtham. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've been running a game for Gary and some of the other guys in the Cannon Fire Discord, and the main figure in it has been a mysterious person known as the Duke of the Gambos.
He's a very Lord Gasumba-like figure.
Yeah, I can tell. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah.
So Mike, where do you want to jump next, Mike?
Yeah, Mike, go for it. Are you telling me the U.S. scored and it was a rule offside there, King? I'm not watching the game, but
what? Okay. God damn it. Yep. All right. What next? Radiga City?
That sucks.
Rich's campaign that I'm in currently is set in Radiga City, and he uses the map. I don't know who did the map, but it's on the Cannon Fire website. It's a gorgeous map.
It is commissioned by a fan. Gorgeous map. Very beautiful coloring. And it makes it kind of a Venice that has a city with a lot of canals and waterways and stuff. And it makes sense why it's a big metropolis. It's where all the trade ships are going to land, other than like Lukish, you know. And it's the home of the Countess. It's the capital.
And at Tonsama, you have a lot of big places up along the river that you can trade with, plus over the near div. So so it makes a lot of sense.
It's the gateway to Nyrond and the Bandit Kingdoms.
Yeah, it's like Lukish in Ernst. There's another one that should be I think a metropolis port city. But on the other, you have Hammonds and in Nyrond, so there's competition between the two. So they might have divided up a bit. So yeah.
Lukish is one of them cities around the edge, Anna. So the next time we do cities, Lukish will be the first thing we.
I have one observation about this, and that's it. There's no sprawl outside the walls, and there probably should.
No, but it's not depicted. It's not depicted. It's probably there, but it's not on the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jay. You want to make it a little more realistic with that, but otherwise, it's great. And
but it's just grayed out, so to speak, or washed out.
And then we get the tidbit from Gygax that there's actually Rennie in this city.
Yeah. And there's a suburb called Muddick that is outside of it. Yep.
Yeah.
I would really highlight the Artanzame, and remember that until the Bandit Kingdoms came about, there's going to be major trade going up the Artanzame, 210 to the Pale.
Right.
Yeah, it's really going to be that kind of major place.
It's super
and it's
strategic.
and it's cool because you have adventure opportunity outside the door too, with the Bandit Kingdom on the other side of the river. So it's a cool place. It's not like Realm Ward where it's like 1,000 miles away to the nearest enemy. Here is like 10 miles across the river, and you can have all sorts of cool stuff there. So it's a great place for both for adventure, big city, downtown trade, political intrigue, all of it in one city.
I put a major school of illusion here, and resident might be what's his name, Mistel.
Yeah.
It's Neistel, according to Len Kafka. And Mike Neistel too, correct, Anna?
Hey, when you're a kid and you're reading these books, you just go with your first.
I know, man.
Yes.
I know, but like we actually sat down a page with him. He was in. That's
what is the origin? What is the cultural origin of that name?
I don't know, Neistel, where it comes from. Yeah, we have to ask Mike or.
I bet you it's like Finnish or something weird like that. No,
doesn't sound Finnish to me, but yeah.
Another weird Swiss name.
Yeah,
Neistel is Tenna in LGJ 0.
Huh.
No, I mean in the real world. Sam.
No, I don't know that, but I'm just noting that he's a Tenna.
Yeah, I made him a Tenna.
Yeah. So it's Flan. We know it's Flan now. Yep.
He's Flan. Yep.
Yep. Makes perfect sense. That's awesome. Yep.
Yeah. So that city, I think, is perfect place for adventure, especially if you want to do something where maybe your players own a ship, travel the Nerdiv.
Another metropolis in the county of Ernst is Brotton. That is one of these most kind of obscure metropolises.
Okay, I have to confess, when I saw the list earlier today, I have no idea that city existed.
Exactly, me neither. But it became a big thing, and
well, look at the roads. No wonder.
Yeah, but what my guess is that it is an agricultural hub, so to speak. There's a lot of people that live around. It's a very productive area, but they also depicted it with forest all around, which to me doesn't really make sense that much because they usually cut down most of the forests around big cities.
All right.
Damn, Gary, you're right. I didn't even know Broughton either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Did it get created in Living?
It's
Greyhawk?
an LG creation. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think Eric Mona wrote County.
Yeah. So it was a big one there. So yep.
So
it's a big one there.
Oh my God! Zoom out a little bit. There's Applebee's.
Yes, Applebee's is there too.
Oh, there it is. Oh my God, there it is.
Oh yeah, I took it away from. And but on the other hand, Ernst is kind of a powerhouse in that sense that it's been peaceful for a long time. It has, and it's also at crossroads and stuff, and probably very fertile climate-wise and so on. So it can make sense that it could support a lot of big settlements. So yeah. So that sense,
when the Shieldlands were together, all the way from east to west.
Yeah,
that must have been an amazing, trade route.
Exactly, it was. If you wanted to go from Relmord and Reldevon and Rossi's, whatever, west, Broughton was one step on the way, and it also between. It's like halfway, or it's in between Relmord and Radagast City.
All right.
So I mean, I bet they have a Buc-ee's, Mike.
What cultural real life? It's not large. Does this remind you of if you are a Civil War buff? This place.
A Civil War buff?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not Civil War buff, so yeah.
It's Gettysburg. All the
Okay.
roads crossing.
Gettysburg was a big crossing.
That's why it was so vital. Yeah. All the roads had come. All the roads from every direction all meet up at Gettysburg.
Yeah. If you take a European perspective, it's a bit like Cologne or somewhere in mid Germany, so to speak. You have several big cities where you have lots of
Yeah. It's a Norwegian name. I was close.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that reminds me of like the Gettysburg Pike, the Harrisburg Pike. They all mean.
Nystull. I never thought about
Nystull.
pronouncing it in
Yeah.
Norwegian Swedish.
Yeah, instead of Americanizing.
Yeah.
Oh, so Anna, so he's mispronouncing his surname.
Yeah, Nystull. If you pronounce it in Norwegian, it would be Nystull, and that would be new something. Stuhl, I'm not sure. It's a new cottage or something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, actually, going from Jay mentioning Gettysburg is that kind of important thing. I would note that if you go just a little bit to the side, you find Trigol. Just a little bit down from
Oh yeah, Trigol or Trigol or whatever you pronounce it.
Trigol,
Yeah, that's another big one. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it on
The
the list?
Banded
No.
King sacked Trigol in
Yep.
in
That's a good one.
46.
Yep. Good candidate.
There's like no information about that, but it's just, something to note that
There are
30 years ago, the Bandit Kings were able to go over and sack Trigol.
down the river.
Yeah.
Down the river.
Yeah, but it's like open land. It's like marauding through Poland or something. It happens from time to time. I guess.
Why would there be all these keeps between Nyrond and the county?
Probably because they are afraid of the Pale and others from the east, and it's because it's one of the few places you don't have to cross a river to get. It's the only place you can go to if you want to go and get into County of Ernst. It's the only place you don't have to cross a major river. Yeah,
I think you have a good point. I think you have a good point, Jay, because
they're guarding against Nyrond. This is the Nyrond.
The Ernst states and Nyrond and the Pale were once one big.
Exactly. But it's a living Greyhawk thing, so they probably needed to defend themselves for some reason.
But castles don't get built overnight.
Yeah,
exactly. They're there.
This doesn't make much sense. Like,
now you would expect
castles
northern
up here.
On the north near the Autonomy.
Yeah.
No, but Jay, you realize that a major river is such a big hindrance in itself. You don't need that much defenses then. If it's just open border, you can just come.
But this is a major river, so why?
No, that is a major river, but that to the eastern border is the only place that isn't water to cross if you want to go into Ernst. Every other direction there is water to cross.
So remember the history. So Gary mentioned they were once one country. So after Nyrond declared independence, Ernst and Ten declared independence from Nyrond, effectively. The history is very confused the way it's written in later sources. Like, did Ernst rebel before Nyrond, or did they rebel from Nyrond?
But it never seemed like it was a very bloody separation.
No, but it was still a separation, so they might have been part of that.
Okay, here's the thing: it was because once the thing with the Kingdom settled down, once the Great Kingdom had to run off and save Bone March.
Yeah, but realize that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Sorry, Nyrond went off. They invaded and annexed the Pale from 10. They invaded and annexed the county from Ernst as a whole.
Right, but I think Jay's point is, why would Nyrond need castles on that border?
There's other reasons to build castles
or
too.
Are they castles? Because what side of the border are they on?
They're on the county side.
But Jay,
the county side, okay.
Yeah, but Jay, realize that there are multiple reasons to build castles. Not all of them are primarily. Some of them are built for military purposes. They are a fortress to defend militarily. Others are just there as. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, Anna, these may just be Tower and Bailey. Nothing.
Yeah, but meaning some of them are built for military purposes more purely. They're there to hold terrain to be political dominant. Some of them are there to send a political message. I'm the ruler. I'm rich. I'm powerful. You are not, so to speak. And some of them are only there to show off. I'm rich, and so on.
I never realized how small of a border the county and the Duchy of Ernst have, and it's a swamp in between. I never knew that. I thought they were touching more up here.
Well,
no, they don't touch at all.
And it's geographical artistry, because it was a little more simple border in the Darlene map. But I like Anna's, because Anna's Makes more
It's
sense.
it's the
with geography.
it's detailed. It's there.
Yeah.
Fennelmore and all that's described in the text. I think
Yeah.
Those
Gord
are,
is even there poking around in the Gord books
Those
and
are
stuff.
adventuring
yeah.
opportunities.
Yeah.
All right. You
Yeah,
just noticed it.
And
All right.
and it's one of these areas that the area is small but has so much detail, so that it grew, so to speak. Yeah.
Lucas isn't big enough, Mike? No, it's not. All right, I don't see
No.
that on this.
No.
And there's
No, it's
also a
not a
lot of
very big
rivers
city.
that needs to
So
flow
Taran,
through that. So yeah.
I think Seltaran is a really close to 25,000. It's the bigger city of Ernst of the
Okay.
duchy.
Yeah. And
But
it's the
it's still not a
crossroads
metropolis.
of the Duchy of Ernst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure after Ernst became independent of Nairon, they built some extra castles there. I'm surprised there's not a heavy line of castles from the Artanzame to the Franz River.
Well,
That's where the big castle line should be.
Oh, there is a castle line on the east. Yeah. That's what I thought you meant when you talked about it. In the Living Greyhawk Gazetteer, you have Oxbows and Northgate, Athens Watch, Steed Runs Rock, Pike's Gate,
it's down
and
here.
Honor Bound and stuff. So no, up north, the eastern
here's
border.
Alden's watch, just right there. Oh, okay. I thought you said something else.
As exciting as
Athens Watch, eastern border of Ernst.
Let's
the
move on.
Ernst is,
Okay.
we've
Let's
got a little bit
go.
of
Let's
time
go to
left.
Perrinland. How's that,
Oh,
Mike?
I was going to ask if we talked about Relastra, because I know
No, we haven't.
Gary's
Okay, we'll
all
talk
about
about
it.
yes,
Relastra
we have
at
to-
time.
Well, I mean, if we run out of time, we could always do it on another show. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're-
Well, I just think that there's more to talk about in Relastra probably than Schwarzenberg.
Oh, yes.
Although that's
Yeah.
my home campaign right now.
Yeah.
well, Mike, yeah, you did something. You
no,
did
for
a
us.
campaign there, right?
There's Calstria.
It wasn't set in Schwarzenberg. I was using Traft actually. But interesting
Chat
enough,
hole.
there is a 5e product on DM's Guild that details Schwarzenberg.
Really?
It has a map as well.
Mhm.
The content.
Do
I
you have
can't
a link?
vouch
Do you have a
to.
link?
No, I do not.
Oh,
okay. You just got to go to DM's Guild.
Yeah.
So I'd say this is one
type
of the
in
more
Schwarzenberg.
surprising metropolises. Like, why is this a metropolis? How did it get so big
Yeah.
where it is?
Probably because everybody wants to live there. That's the only civilized place in the whole country.
Okay, well, again, simple reasons.
Or does
First,
the name literally mean black and brown?
yes, yes, it does.
What do you think, Sam? What's the reason for it to get to 27,000?
Thank you, Lindsay.
Okay, first it's on Lake Platte, so it's
Okay,
going
does that have a lot of resources?
I found the link to Schwarzenbrunn.
So
Here's the link
not-
to it. Yeah.
It's got all the trade there. Second, it's basically sitting on the on one end of the Velvediva River. And so it's getting all the trade that's coming up the river from Voluna and Furiundi.
Oh, but we talked about that in the past. I mean, how is this trade getting up the river?
Yeah.
Apparently it is, from the discussion, apparently there is trade going along here. Okay, it doesn't
gotta be
have
a trickle, though.
cataracts. Okay, it doesn't have mass. It's not a constant whitewater. They do have a couple of places, I think, where you have to,
I know there are a lot of mines in the Yaddles. Is it possible that has great mineral wealth?
Well, I'm
Okay,
sure
well,
it has some.
Okay, here's the other thing, the third element.
That
You
was it.
go from Schwarzenbrunn to Crestable, and
I mean, we get
then
to
you
the
have
fifth
one
element.
end of the Worm's Tail Pass
Yeah.
into Ket,
Yeah.
which is probably not as simple
Yeah.
as the Falls Gap going through Bissell.
My guess is
Or-
the place is the focal point for a lot of seasonal trade, because this place ices over in this winter, correct, Mike?
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
5.
don't think-
From my
Hmm.
campaign, Schwarzenberg could be the clearinghouse for a lot of mercenaries going.
yeah,
south.
I agree. That's smart.
The
too.
other factor you're going to get in Schwarzenbrunn, the Wolf Nomads, they may bring everything to Traft, but then Traft is going to ship it right over to Schwarzenbrunn for
Yeah, that's a good point.
transport to Ket or to Furiundi and
Yeah, I like that
Githers.
idea too.
It's a literal funnel.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why Schwarzenbrunn is going to be a big city. It's kind of like asking, why is Geneva in Switzerland a
Yeah.
big city?
Yeah, that's true. You're
Money,
absolutely,
money.
you could
Now, here's
absolutely.
a fun fact about Schwarzenbrunn that I adopted from living Greyhawk. I don't care. And that is, I don't know what the mechanism or the effect is, but apparently you cannot teleport into the city of Schwarzenbrunn. I like it.
It's got a teleport block spell on it. There is that spell.
Somehow. Yep.
That's a Ed
Oh,
Greenwood spell.
that sounds so Forgotten Realms.
Well,
Yeah, no, teleport.
I've
It's an Ed
ran with
Greenwood
it
thing.
and I like it.
Teleport block is a smaller area effect spell that it exists in published source, but not for the whole city. But
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
of
it's a
course,
little-
someone
it's a high-
magically enhanced it. Yeah,
A little high magical.
someone's very
Yeah.
someone's very paranoid. Who
There's a
needs to hear in the
practical
past.
reason, that Schwarzenbrunn, a city of
And
mercenaries
if anyone
and stuff,
says that
doesn't
Egwolf
like.
was here and did it, I'll flay you. Okay, I don't want to hear
There
anything
is
about
that
Egwolf.
too.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to hear
Now,
anything
Mike,
about
if you,
Egwolf.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Mike, if you said it was Egzag, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool if it was Egzag.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Egzag's very mysterious, isn't it?
Yeah, I bought the Schwartzman or the
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenbrunn PDF, and it's an interesting one. It's 68 pages long, so it has a
That's
lot of
cool.
stuff. It has a lot of public domain illustration from old stuff, old European maps and city pictures
cool.
and stuff. They have a map, but the problem so far I just scanned through the pages. There's one problem. He puts Schwarzenbrunn at a place where I think it could be logically placed just at the mouth of the Velverdiva River,
Right here?
and that's
Where
not
Klaxburg
exactly.
is?
Yes, but that's not where it is on the other map. So he
Yeah.
kind of
He took
he
liberty.
moved it over there, which is not wrong. I think that's a perfectly logical place to put it, but that's not where it is on the Darlene map or any of the other maps. So
These people
so
think you
now
can
I'm
just mess with published source and canon. How dare they?
exactly, how dare that? They do what we do. But so it's interesting. So now I'm going to read through it. It's kind of So
It's not a bad point.
Right.
no, so it's interesting, but it took that liberty. So I just wanted to say that for
That's
people
cool.
who are into their canon and don't mess with anything. But on the other hand, you're probably so angry at
Don't
us
F with
already
it.
for exactly.
Don't
this guy-
suck at it.
This
One of
guy
the,
gets to Switzerland.
Meaning it's my job to mess with things now. So yeah.
one other thing I'll note about Schwarzenbrunn and Crestable and the Wormstail Pass and Ket is that technically the Great Kingdom came into contact with the Backlunish that way before they did through the Falls Gap.
Uh-huh.
And then once they did port, yeah, maybe okay, because Bissell wasn't really established until around, well, Thornwood wasn't built until around 300. Meanwhile, Perrinland is incorporated in what, 110, 150, something like that. I forget the exact date. So, yeah, there's a century where Bissell is uncontrolled. And so the Great Kingdom's probably doing its trade through the Wormstail Pass primarily. Then finally they open it up through the Falls Gap.
So this might have been the frontier of the Great Kingdom, the last big city before you get to the
beef.
that
Yeah.
finish.
By the
Yeah.
way, we have a lot of
That makes a lot of sense.
we have a lot of new people watching. I just want to say one thing. If you are asking yourself why Lake Quag and the Near Deep look like Great Lakes just turn slightly differently, it's purely coincidental.
Yeah.
It's because it's depicted on that map. So yeah, just so you it's everything except coincidental. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just it's just your eyes playing tricks on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have Lake Superior and all the other lakes that they moved around a little bit, but
but that's what
But that's about it. And the
Easiest way to
mountains
do
have sprung up in weird locations over the years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
see, this was a fun discussion.
So I could buy that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
How
now
big
we
is
got
Trash
distracted from Real Astra a bit. I'm
That's all
sorry.
right. We can save it. We can save that for cities. We'll do
The
cities.
discussion
we have
on
the
Real
Great
Astra
Kingdom.
would be more what Gary plans to do with it.
But
So
to
not
me,
what's
the
already known.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Like I said, I could definitely do an hour on it. But
Yeah.
The one thing I'd say about it is that it is pretty much the rival to Greyhawk. If you could say that there's any other city in the setting that could be the equal of Greyhawk, I would say Relastra would be the choice.
Yeah,
and it would have a totally different flavor. It would have a totally different flavor.
And it's interesting because Relastra is the kind of the opening outwards, so to speak. It's the Great Kingdom's connection to the world, which is kind of interesting because the world is, thanks to the Scarlet Brotherhood now, it's kind of far away, but now, but it's, so you have a lot of stuff. But so Relastra could really be an international port in that sense.
What you are seeing here, these 4 pieces of
it's your Relastra map?
That's my Relastra map.
How old is that?
You made a Relastra, Mike?
This thing is probably 1990.
Nice.
Wow.
Never used.
You put some more tape on it.
Yeah, it's falling apart. Never used the campaign that I drew it.
Tony's an exception, Dale, and don't let Astralier see that you're making fun of her writing there in chat. So Tony's an exception. I know you're busting my stones.
Well, we could do a couple of the other Great Kingdom cities before we wrap up. I think East Fair, for instance, is a very important city. It is the heart of the North Province, the North Kingdom. And we know that it had a major fire at some point in the past, and it's been the seat of the Hextorian Nalex for quite a while.
Killer dog. Yeah. I know nothing about this area. I know nothing of Stringen or any of these areas. Nothing.
But you have the big metropolis up north. Is East Fair? Is the
that's what Gary
said.
Yeah,
that's the big capital up
there.
there.
What about this? Rinloru? What about this, Rinloru?
I don't think it's a very big city, but
no, but it's one of the centers there that was taken over by Nerulean clerics and an undead rebellion kind of thing. They turned the whole city into an
Go find Reldeven and Kalstrand in the South Province. I think Anna has some. She's done a lot of work in that area.
Yeah, Rinloru shows up in Avid the Undying.
Yep.
Where its ruler is, going. I believe he's turned into an animus.
Oh no! Really? I'm surprised.
Okay. He's turned into an animus. He can no longer get spells from. I think it's original. Turns to Nerul. And by the time of the LGG, he has turned the entire city into a graveyard.
This is why Jay has a bad feeling about the east side of the map.
I don't even want to do it.
Oh, but Jay falls for all the disinformation, meaning the stereotypes, meaning the places you haven't been to, you only hear the stereotypes. I'd never want to go there.
I would never want to go to that city. There's just nothing there.
Nothing there. There's more adventure than everywhere. So that's
no. You can't fight against 20,000 undead.
That's a cool place to go for adventure.
So that place you're showing right now.
Yeah.
Jay, that might be the most advanced place culturally, economically, and stuff in the Flannis. That corridor.
Yeah. I would have it that too. It's a core part of the Great Kingdom. It was a core part of the Empire of Kingdom of Erdi before the Great Kingdom. That was the center of a lot of the political gravity was in that area. It's really the birthplace of modern Erdi in that region. You have Yalpa, you have Shathold, Reldeven, Karlstrand. Karlstrand, I have it as a little bit younger. It's the upstart of those. Reldeven is the really grand old
Gary,
city.
Did you do the Relastra map?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Relastra map.
That's awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you have several other big ones. Torik is another one in the middle that is like along the Flamini River from Rossis downward, so to speak. Is another, and Yalpa is one that I think should almost be like a metropolis too close to. That is also a big center of power. Yeah.
So Sargent invented this really cool hook where he basically had something called the Wind March. Yeah. So this existed in real European medieval times where essentially there would be a festival that would go from city to city. It would be like a march of merchants and all sorts of hangers on,
Mm-hmm.
and they would go from all these cities, make a circuit, maybe probably in the spring and summer when it's
Yep.
the climate is best
Yeah.
for that. But
There were
that could easily
markets
be a
in.
hook.
Yeah, there were markets back in the Scandinavian countries in medieval times. It was like a spring market that moved north along with the spring, so to speak. So they moved from week or each month it was, and then it was at a more northerly city as spring progressed, so to speak. So yeah.
Festival pilgrims, yes, which is cool. It's a cool
Yeah.
concept.
And that
So-
goes between Karlstrand and Jalpa that are both power centers, and Reldevin is the grand old daddy of power centers in Airdedom.
I
so
mean,
to
these
speak.
are like huge populations, lots of density.
And been around
very
for
settled.
1,000 years each of them. They've been big cities for 1,000 years. They are the Istanbul or London or whatever. These are power
Karlstrand
centers. But
But
capital
not
of the
too
South
far away.
Province.
no, it's the capital of the United Kingdom of Elissa. It was
okay.
I think the capital of the South Province was Zelraton or Hexpools.
Okay.
I forgot which. I think it was Zelraton. That was that is the old Flan city of the old Flan kingdom empire that was there previously. So Zelraton is really old, probably several thousand years old. Hexpools is another upstart, so to speak, that was in Erdi, simply because it's also has a confluence of rivers and stuff. But Karlstrand is Saviner's upstart, so to speak, because he couldn't base his power in the old Crandon powerhouse. He needed to have his own. So the Darmans they created Karlstrand just downriver a little bit, so to speak. So another strategic, and it's also in a good location. It's been a big city for a long time too, because it's Grey Flood and the Thelly rivers where they confluent or flow together. So it is a strategic location, but it's now also the center of a lot of financial power and the imperial upstart, so to speak. And Reldevin is the one that has been clinging on to power and have for a long time. It's less important than Karlstrand, because Karlstrand is the upstart, more money. But don't count Reldevin out, because it has tradition, knowledge, magic power, and stuff too. So yeah.
Well, look at that. Awesome discussion tonight. Really appreciate Gary and Sam hopping on and sharing all the stuff that they've done, all the work that has happened over time. A lot of it based from this great Gazetteer book. Really was the last of the actual, how do you say this, depending on what time frame you're playing in, you're going to go to usually go to the 83 box set, or you're going to go to this, or Greyhawk Adventures, whatever. But this is one of the mainstays. So very well done. Very nice discussion tonight. Why don't we do some shout outs? Let's everyone get going. Got anything going on with you? Like, what do you got going? It says we got some articles coming out soon.
Oh yeah, I got some articles coming out soon. I think once I do a little more work on this, maybe we could do a Relastra show at some point.
Yeah, I'm all in on it, man.
Yeah,
we'll
or expand on maybe the whole. We could do like the compact, that whole East Coast area that people don't talk about very much. But could be Carlos put some adventures near there, and I think it's a big adventuring opportunity. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know when I'm ready.
Oh, good. I'm all in on that. That'd be awesome.
Cool. Well, I dropped this a short time ago.
It's a Backlunish netbook.
Yes. If you read my article on the Kedite religion in the Greyhawk Journal, I went a little crazy and I wrote up all the other religions that are mentioned: the Exalted Faith, the 4 Feet of the Dragon, the Faith of Daoud, and then I added stuff for all the other nomads, everybody going all over the place in the Backlunish lands. I added that comes with a sort of a little side thing where I talk about giving the Backlunés a different flavor by having, different kinds of clerics and wizards with a lot of 2E sites. So there's all the AD&D stuff for you, Jay.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
And then I sort of touched on this, mentioning with Zaith that there's no orcs in Zaith in the box set. So I checked, and I said, you know what? There really aren't demi-humans and humanoids in the Backlunish lands. What could replace them?
Got it.
And I wrote that. I've got a couple of other things that are going. I'm waiting to actually do a full Wars revision. I'm waiting for Artharn. He's helping me out. He stepped in because I couldn't come up with any good enough ideas for the Backlunish or the Bitter North. And as soon as he gets that done, I'll have a complete Wars revision using a lot of the stuff from the Gygax articles in Dragon back in the day, extending the wars essentially, instead of just having them over and done in 2 years, they start in 575, they end in 590. So it gives them more scope, more difference. I've been working on some language documents, and I've done the Backlunish, the Iridians, and the Suluise. If I can get the Flan done, I'll have another netbook with just
That's cool.
Just stuff on languages of the Flanese.
Nice.
He's
Awesome.
out of control.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. You need to be.
You left me unsupervised. This is what you get.
Sam, I don't even want to know, how hot is it there?
It currently tells me it's 85,
inside.
which is why I'm not appearing, because
Right, I understand.
I have a question too. Sam, how long did it take you to climb the Empire State Building?
Oh, it's Sam in the mask up there. Did you see that today? There was 2 of them up there.
I did not. No, there was no.
The one proposed to the other one up there too, by the way. There was a proposal up there. Yeah, they climbed. They were standing at the very tip. I was like, I was getting like the woozies just looking at it. It was they had no ropes or anything. It was crazy.
Yeah, I heard that crazy stuff. No, not me.
That's absolutely nuts.
But
so, Mike, what do we got for cartoon wise here, man?
Okay, so I had an ulterior motive today when I brought up Highport. When I brought up Highport, it's because cultists are in Highport.
Let's find out here. Let's find out about the cultists here in Highport. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh no. All right. Highport was once a human city, but the land was overrun by goblins, gnolls, and orcs. Now looted and burned, the city is a haven for groups like the slave lords that deal with these foul humanoids. Rather than sneak through the cemetery crawling with ghouls and zombies, I decided to go straight to the ruined temple. Was faster. You see, the humanoid guards at the main gate will allow merchants inside. Well, that got us inside, but we have nothing to sell. Correct. Listen, this is the Temple of Grunch, is our front. There's a trapdoor under the statue that leads to the Undercity. All we have to do is kill all the guards first. Hello, I'm standing here. Right here. That's funny. I hate humanoids. Good. Excuse me, my species is orc. I detest the term humanoid. Also, I'm not chaotic. I do have a family to support, of course. Oh, now I really want to kill him. That's great. Nice.
Oh my!
That's fantastic.
That is funny.
You're welcome.
I love this picture too. Where does this picture come from? Where is that?
From Slave Pits of the Undercity.
That's it. Slave Pits of the Undercity. Nice. Awesome, dude. Man, 42 of them so far. That's great. That is fun.
Oh yeah.
Good job. Good job.
I'm chugging right along.
How's your campaign going?
By the way, you were talking about the troll fens earlier. So yesterday they defended a castle against an invasion of trolls in the Theocracy of the Pale, and they defeated the leader of the trolls, and the castle held out. And at the very end, I offered control of the castle to one of my players, who took it. My friend Eric is now the bishop of Castle Arndulent.
Oh my gosh.
And he retired his character right in the middle of the campaign. And we just
so what do you do now? I mean, they're like 13th, 14th level.
Exactly, they're 14th level. He's got to come up with a new character. I don't know, but it's one of the most rewarding campaigns I've ever had, because this is the second character to retire in the middle of the campaign. So there's like an ebb and flow to things.
He's on the fence what to make.
He's still thinking about what to make. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, what do you got? That's awesome.
I'm rendering cool stuff coming soon. Yep.
That was quick.
Very quick. Yep. But it's looking really, really cool. No, there's a couple of blog posts that will come in, and one boring technical one with much more cool things to look at. Yeah, and no stream on Friday, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Tiffany's got a big stream on Friday, so she can take your place.
Yeah, I don't think I will have a stream on Friday. I don't even know what I'm going to do on Friday, but we'll see. Yeah, there's people pulling me a little bit left and right, so we'll see where
4th of July
up.
coming up. It's gonna.
Yeah,
I have no stream Saturday, so I've upped my game on terrain. Where do you see this? So at CMY, I won an auction from stuff that was created by 3 different companies: Thunderstrike, which is Mike Saxton, and also Troll Den Painting, and also the guys from Ardo and Emperor's Choice supplied the metal minis. Now, there's some of this stuff I've already had, but here's a picture of what you're going to see tomorrow in tomorrow's adventure. Yeah, it's like gorgeous looking, stuff. Really, really nice. You actually even got guys on flying bats. It's really some cool terrain. So, looking forward to using it all. And Armed and Dangerous is back, right? And so they're going into the SUS. They're trying to find the current leader. In this area, the Dark Brotherhood got away last week, and thank you. And that against the Dark Brotherhood for the next 2 weeks. So my old school, going back to the 80s, antithesis. So we got Tiffany and Myriad and Amanda and Gianna playing her characters. Also, Tom will be playing. And we got a dice giveaway. That's Thursday, and then Sunday night is Emperor's Choice with the Arduin, Bloody Arduin. You're going to see some stuff from the 80s, some unbelievable maps that were made 46 years ago, and all the stuff they have to sell. They're a new sponsor to the channel, so we're going to have them on, and we're going to just reminisce about some legendary things that they own the rights to now. And we'll just see. We'll have a fun discussion with them. They were great guys. Tiffany and I met them at CNYCom, and it just came together. And that'll be Sunday. They also have all these. They have all the exact. They can't call them this. They have all the Conan miniatures from the movie. So if you want Subutai, they have Subutai. Okay. So yeah.
Oh yeah, the thief.
Yeah, they have them all. And Mako's character, they have all the miniatures. And we'll be giving away an entire set of them during our 24-hour stream coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is Fortress Elendar, the 11th, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. We go till we finish. Tiffany, Myriad, Amanda, Tim, Jeff, Curtis, Brett, and Ed Greenwood when Greenwood gets on work. So and we're on Fortress Elendar, which is located in my Shield Lands. And that'll be our third 24-hour stream. It is on the Twitch front page, starting first thing in the morning. So it'll be on the front page till at least 4 o'clock. So, yep. And it'll be a pure lunacy. Yes. We're the crew. We'll have a lot of fun with this. It is a great adventure going back. It was written in 1979 by this guy, Jeffrey Dello. It's on my wall of fame. It's awesome. Some of the coolest magic items ever came out of that adventure. So that's what we got going. All right. See who wins and if you have this already, let me know. If not, we'll give you something else there. Boom. All right. So this is the Free City of Greyhawk box set in a full reprint there for you. All right. Exclamation point drawing. Let's see who we got here. We're going to raid into Tiffany as well, who's doing some stuff on her channel. So everyone, please sit by. We got 90 people on. Let's give her a monster raid. All right. And then follow her because she's doing really well with what she's doing on a second channel now, and the community's growing. So let's keep it rolling here. Fritz's cousin. Yes, it's not Fritz himself. Fritz is not in that adventure. He's got Garrick, who's got a lot of spells he's play testing for me in first edition for the Melt book that I created. So yeah, I appreciate that. Even though it's 5th edition, I wrote them in 5th and first, so we're only play testing them in first. So, closing it out. Here we go. Winner today. Clicking that button. MechBoy. Grats, MechBoy. MechBoy 21. Grats. I know MechBoy was on and off, so he's here. Gary, thank you. Sam, thank you. Mike and Anna, thanks a lot. We'll Let's see what we got going on. Hopefully the U.S. is still winning, Rob. I know they're up 1-0.
See you guys.
Yep. Everyone enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow night at 7, and no game on Saturday because 4th of July, and then we'll be back Sunday night with Ever's Choice Arduin. So we'll only have 2 more streams the rest of this week. But then next week's going to be, I'll be on a lot with a 24-hour stream. So see you all soon. Boom.
Wild.
Raiding into TR Nickel. Great discussion.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, look at that. Nice.
Yeah,
76, 77, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow night.
Sorry, I had to mute because our discussion was going
No,
on.
it's all good.
Yeah, Gary and Sam, it was great to have you on, and thank you, Mike, for a lot of awesome and Jay. That was a great discussion.
Yeah.
It was very nerdy, but the